Mhm.
Anytime I get up, he yells at me.
Okay, welcome to our next D&D game. We are up to session number 122, or Phase 3, Season 2, Episode 14. We have 660 episodes now, with next fortnight of this being episode 666 of the online videos.
Okay, alright, something might be
That's not
happening.
ominous at all.
Sorry, I didn't have to make that one, guys. I apologies already.
I don't believe in continuities, so we're all good.
Yeah, sorry, none of us could make that day. Sorry, Mark.
Ironically, I was going to say I can't
I
make
can.
next week, next time, 2 weeks time.
I can.
I think it's going
I
to
don't
work
have a
pretty
problem
well.
with it.
That's going to work pretty well. You can run Anton for one session, and then I'll come back and find out what's happened.
Oh no, don't let Martin run Anton.
No, it makes it interesting.
Oh no.
No. The last time I let Martin roll for me, he rolled like
You let Martin run Anton
3
and
months
he will
and
be the
2.
Black Knight.
Yeah, okay.
Well, considering
He's pushing me that way already.
I was gonna say-
I did roll 2 saving throws for one of M's character
Carry
one
on.
time when she missed it, and on the 4 rolls, 3 of them were 1s and one of
No.
them was a 2,
Well, okay.
all on camera, and they were her saving throws versus death.
I watched that video back, and I couldn't believe it that it was recorded. I was like, Martin, why?
Because the dice love me, that's why.
Just
I know, and they hate the rest of us.
So at the table today we have Ariadna.
Calcrix. We have Calcrix. When will you introduce a dragon as you are meant to introduce a dragon?
I will also fixing the other camera at the same time.
Is she on camera?
She is on camera.
She's looking even closer.
Definitely on camera.
I think she can spy a certain person who has her gold. She has a message. You have something of mine, something you shouldn't have. You should give it back before I have to come for it myself. Otherwise known, I'm Calcrix, the White Dragon who possesses things. And the coffee franchise. And the coffee gnome. Currently not travelling with us. But travelling with us is her tiny companion Eve, who is a fey dark creature, and for the person who has my goal, keep this in mind, is known to take things from their home plane and then wipe them out of existence. And doesn't have any moral compunction doing that, particularly when...
You see that guy that's a pile of dust over there? Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Well, it did meet Eep's criteria for what it was allowed to eat.
Yes, it could.
So, Calcrix, when did you lose all this gold? That's just news to me.
No, she hasn't lost it. She put some gold onto the bar.
Keeps thing to pay him
thing
and
to-
then be able to track him thereafter.
Yeah, so
Oh.
that she could track him because it was dragon gold. That's why she gave him some of her dragon gold. And then Mark's character, Bradshaw, not realizing that it was Calcrix's dragon gold that was on the counter, has since adopted that dragon gold and has decided that perhaps maybe he might keep that gold, and Calcrix is just like, nah, not that gold. Other gold I might have overlooked, but not that gold.
Okay.
So she's not actually going to hurt Bradshaw, sure, but just don't tell Bradshaw that.
Well, Bradshaw's listening at the moment, I think.
I've actually been laughing the whole time, by the way, just so you know. I was laughing out loud there for a second.
No,
That's okay. Calcris will do absolutely nothing. It's Eep will do everything.
That's kind of
Eep.
true.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of true. Depends. It depends on whether or not Eep understands what's transpired here. But it's entirely meant to make Mike laugh, hopefully, a whole lot. Yeah, I'm going to leave that as my introduction for now.
All good. Next up we have is Gary. Completely not the Black Knight.
Completely not the Black Knight. Well,
Yet.
yes, I am playing Anton, a Tralladaran warlock, wearing a helmet that makes you look like the Black Knight at the moment, and now I have a lot more blood on my hands as a result of that, so I don't know quite what I can do while I'm actually wearing said helmet. Probably the best thing I can do is absolutely nothing, because when I do things, even things that I think are completely innocuous,
It was. They were very intimidated.
Well, I was looking at the room at one point.
You intimidated the room.
Yeah, well, I wasn't even directly looking at any. Anyway, so, yeah, okay, enough said.
That's okay. The Wednesday group almost went mad looking at the actual Black Knight.
Okay. Well, that's the thing, I've never actually seen the Black Knight. I've just seen, I've seen pictures that other people have reproduced of him.
All it is it makes you think of Death Knight.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I imagine.
So Lord Soth would be a good comparison from Dragonlance.
Yeah. And I'm also hopeful that while wearing the helmet, the Black Knight can actually use my senses. I assume he can't actually read my mind. I hope that is the case.
Who knows? You may already have shared it with him.
Well, it's too late now. This is the point.
He may even be your patron.
I know, that's the worrying thought. But at this stage, I don't know. And as I was advised, I should continue in ignorance, because if I ever do find out, I might become a Black Knight. So, enough of that.
Which then brings us to online, and online today we have Mark.
Hi, I played Bradshaw, the friendly dwarven fighter who just found some gold on the table one day and didn't think anything about it. Just think, oh, that must be one of the guys there. They didn't deserve it. They were evil. So, but I'm Mark as a character. Mark's a player. He definitely knows what it was. Character, nah, no idea.
You will be enlightened again.
Oh yes, we haven't had the conversation yet. So once you enlighten me, it might be different. We might work this out.
For Mark's interest, the Wednesday group are now asking about this Bradshaw and where can I find him to use the daggers they've got.
Is there any way of telling the difference between ordinary gold and dragon gold?
Yes, if a dragon comes after it, it's definitely dragon gold.
Okay.
She did at the end of last session tap Bradshaw on the shoulder and say, "That's my goal." But Bradshaw may not have been paying much attention at that point because we were very busy. So she will tap him on the shoulder again, this time with a talon.
Okay. Maybe it was the end of the session. Maybe we'll discuss at the start of the session.
And next one up we have today is M.
Hello. I play Zal, your ever-lovable cleric wizard, who is a bit of a strange one. He has a bow, he has a magic drift cloak, he has a magic arrow, he has this massive spear as well. So yeah, he is quite interesting in what he wears.
And totally not a vampire.
And
totally not a vampire, totally not into necromancy. I am a good necromancer, thank you very much. I even tried to help the party with my nice necromantic spells on last session, and I was somewhat very successful in my endeavor there.
And hey, there is also the benefit of if you turn someone into an undead, their soul can no longer be raised.
yeah, so they can't be used for nefarious evil means. And then I did last rites on all of them as well. So, you know, I am a good person, right?
Okay, good is always subjective. I believe that there are many party members who say you're good. You're good at necromancy. You're good at taking people's hearts. You're good at burning ships to the surface
To the
of
ground,
the
yep.
ocean with everyone on board.
And
But
killing all of the
to
slaves.
be in your corner on this, Zal, I'm yet to see any malice in anything you've done.
Yes, thank you, Anton.
Like I said, it's all subjective.
Yeah.
It's all subjective, yeah. Normally, I would have a menagerie of creatures with me. I have an axe beak called Chocobo, who it can be a little bit murderous and really like people's legs. But
What
that's
do you mean
kind of
a
how
little bit murderous? I thought he was the murder hobo of the party.
he is kind of the murder hobo of the party, and his rival and eternal nemesis is my celestial war horse, Artemis, who was gifted to me. Was he from the Khan as well, or was that from my? No, he was my family horse.
He was your family horse,
was my
something
family
that
horse.
your parents had raised.
Yes. And I also have my Griffin Atlas, who likes to pick a chocobo up and fly really high and let him go. And Chocobo also really enjoys that. But they are currently being stabled, and hopefully Chocobo is not being his typical motor hobo-ish. I'll find out, I guess.
Well, he's in the Norse realm, so a murder hobo mount would definitely make everyone else there jealous.
Yeah, yes.
What, your mount's happy to rip your opponents to shreds? Where do I get one?
Yeah. I don't know, just happened to chance upon an egg in the middle of Ethengar grasslands.
Well, remember
and
there was a sibling to it.
there was a sibling, and
Yep.
he did murder hobo his sibling. And I'm pretty sure
And
you rolled
eat
for
it
that
as well.
too. I'm pretty sure you rolled for that one too, Mom.
I did. And he did also eat most of his sibling by the time everyone found him.
I thought we actually got them as eggs.
You did get them as eggs. And you raised yours to be a ambush predator, and the other one raised his to be a pacifist.
Yes.
And then they were waiting with each other, and well, nature took its course.
Yep. Well, I mean, that's what they do in the grasslands. They are ambush predators. I was properly a ranger at that point, so.
And he was taught exactly how to ambush people and figured out when they were the most vulnerable.
Yeah, that's why we said don't go to the bathroom by yourself. Never, ever around Chocobo. Ever.
Just because half the legs they found, the bodies had their pants around their feet. Or the remaining foot.
Okay.
So yes, that's Chocobo's life story.
Well, it has been a while since you've talked about how murder hobo-ish your bird became. And that's not discussing the coffee incident, eh?
No, that's
I wonder
not
how
discussing the
the
coffee
tending
incident
show
either.
goes.
No.
What was it?
I wonder how they're tending Chocobo, because all this time Chocobo's cooped up in a stall and not much to do and not much to eat and yeah, okay.
Well, the only time he's actually ever behaves is if he's around Drazzle's mouth.
Okay, yeah, I know why that is.
Okay, so who wants to do the recap of what happened last session?
My notes are somewhat all over the place. So if someone has more.
I can start off and others can jump in with bits and pieces.
That would be.
I think of them as Valkyries, but I don't. They're Freya cultists from memory, or Freya servants or something.
Cultists work just as well.
Okay. have asked us to go and stop a doomsday cult called the Fangs of Fenrir. They are followers of Fenrir. Fenrir is the wolf, and they have an item which is something from Fenrir itself, some sort of fang, and they also have equipment that is specific to their doomsday cult, blades and armour.
So putting there, the artifact is actually, it seems to be a set of armour made of pink leather and the tooth of Fenrir.
Oh, okay. I wrote down the fang bit. Anyway.
And the blade of Fenrir can be any sword or axe.
Yeah, that's they all have their own blade of Fenrir.
Yeah.
They can have.
They can potentially have it, and it's the artifact is the tooth of Fenrir, and so these items are made from the tooth. But as a wolf can have many teeth, just exactly how many items there are and how much of the tooth they have to include to be working is not known.
Yeah. And we agreed to try to infiltrate the cult. I'm not quite sure why we agreed on that was the approach, rather than just burst in with a Holocaust of fury and violence. It took us a long time to work that out.
I think because we thought because it was a cult there might be innocents amongst them.
Oh, okay.
And we decided after the things that happened on the ships with the slaves, we wanted to try and see if we could identify if there were innocents before we annihilated everybody.
And also helped that you guys weren't saints. So
we're half our party is people that they would welcome with open arms. So
we thought we could plausibly mount a case that we're bad guys. Although I was thinking later we don't have a story for why we're there yet, but we can get to that.
That's okay. There's no one going to doubt why you're there. You murdered a town. You murdered a inn full of people.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to move past that, but
How Chris would like to just step back and go, what? Not her, you, them, you, more Anton?
Yeah, okay, all right, me, all right.
No, so it's the only second time in your memory that you remember actually murdering a room full of people.
Well, I actually don't remember the first time.
Well, you remember waking up to them dead.
I just know about it from hearing from other sources.
Didn't you come back to your senses and they were all dead?
I came back to my senses and I wasn't there anymore.
Oh, that's right. You were covered in blood.
Yeah, well, that was, there were details.
There's details.
So at least this time there was no blood.
Wasn't there?
Not on you.
Oh, okay, all right, that's something. Anyway, we actually had to go on a bit of a journey to actually get to said inn. Found our way into the inn. Skip over the details of what happened in the inn. It wasn't pleasant, and we found a secret door into a passage going underneath, which we think is going to lead to the temple-stroke hideout of said Doomsday cult.
So you're missing the bit where one of the cult tried to seduce Bradshaw, and then accidentally killed the
You're missing the important
Bradshaw found a
details
potential
here.
love interest, but said their love interest is not around anymore.
Yeah, yes. And
Missing the important details.
It was just two people looking at their muscles thinking they're nice people. Okay, that's all.
Okay, completely platonic, and I agree. It was
platonic
complete.
appreciation of body form. And
Yeah.
art.
Hey, muscle
right.
appreciation is always interesting.
Yeah.
That's very right. You just don't have, whatever happened afterwards, we will never know. Okay, so
Opportunity lost.
that's right.
May have been in your love interest.
No, I don't think I'll ever have another love interest. But she would kill me before I have that love interest. So.
Oh, okay. Doesn't matter how good those muscles are.
Oh no, if anyone tried to take her husband away from her, she would not accept that.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You did tell us about your spouse.
Yes, his murderous assassin spouse,
Yes.
who has a higher kill count than Anton by quite a lot.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's. Yeah.
Happy
I
wife.
don't like being reminded of this all the time. I was just wondering, is there any? It sounds like all of us could present ourselves as not being the nicest people.
That is correct. Not a single.
That's why we picked infiltration over just murder hobo.
Well, Calcrix has Eep as her in.
Yeah.
Well, Calcrix is a dragon. Most things will be afraid of Eep.
Most things are afraid of dragons too. So. It gets to what is
So I
that
just
story?
do you in life?
What is that story when we finally meet up with Doomsday Cult? Is that story
we
is
wanted to join them. We were potential cult members.
Join.
That's what we was. So at the very start, we meet the Valkyrs. Valkyrs are like, go get this artifact, destroy it. It's really dangerous. We walk through this forest and we find that over top of us there's a bunch of guys watching us. You manage to convince them you're a very angry, dangerous, dark person because you're wearing your helm, and I think you kicked a tree or something and made it explode.
No,
or
it
stuff.
hit the ground.
Yeah, ground, something. So they're like, by all means, you'll go through without us attacking. And we found this tavern, and we were posing as interested members, trying to get into their secret, through their cave and into their secret hold, because the pathway to their secret meeting place is full of traps, and we figured if we made friends and pretended we wanted to join them, they would lead us in there and we wouldn't have to check for traps the entire way down through the tunnel to their little cavern thing. But now that we've killed our best chance of doing that, we're going to just have to try and get through Booby Trap Tunnel and then kill everybody.
that is a bit of a difficult detail, and I've got this vague recollection that we're not that close. It's quite some hours journey yet.
Yeah,
because one solution with hidden traps and things is your true sight. But true sight, like I don't think it lasts long enough. I think it only lasts an hour.
It lasts an hour.
Yeah.
It's an ointment that lasts an hour.
Yeah,
But I can reapply the ointment every hour as long as I've got sufficient of it. And I've been a very good little role player, and every time we go to a marketplace or an inn or a cook or come across anyone with supplies, I keep getting...
if you're happy to do that, that's a way of at least we can see the trap and then figure out what we do about it. Because Yodri's not here to actually do the
check for traps.
Get rid of trap thing.
I don't know. How is Bradshaw on traps?
Bradshaw walks through traps and doesn't care.
Okay, all
I
right.
was going to say Bradshaw's very good at finding traps. He
He
sets
just
them
wants
off.
to-
It sounds like we picked the person who wants to lead the party.
Well, that's what that's what the warrior guy does, kind of thing. So
He does quite well at all that.
he does. I take the punishment, so you survive. I'm going with that anyway.
Yeah, we'll agree to that.
Okay, so I believe you're waiting on someone to open the door, and you've got your trap finder ready. I believe.
So I'll take a bit. I gather we're in the tavern right now.
You are in the tavern with all the dead
It's
bodies.
about Zal's gone round and put everyone to peace after. Oh yeah, we also used the 5 questions of the dead cleric trick that Zal has to ask all of the people that were killed questions, but it turned out no one knew or was a member of the cult. Therefore, none of them had any useful information. And so now we know what all their favourite colours are, their favourite foods, their worst foods, etc., etc. So I take it being she's finishing up that, Calbrix will tap Bradshaw on the shoulder, and she'll hold out 3 coins, and then she'll say, "I believe we need to make a trade. You took some coins off the bar; they were mine. I would like to swap them for these coins, please."
Oh, sorry about that. I thought they were just general coins. And
These ones are special ones that I can track, so I'd rather keep hold of those, but I don't mind you having these ones instead.
well, I don't want you to track me in places I don't want you to see me in. Okay, so I quickly go through get my coins out, look through. Is it one of those? And you have a look.
I'll know them. Yeah.
Okay.
While they're doing this,
Yep.
I survey the carnage, sorrowful look, and I've got to imprint it on my mind if I'm going to do something about it. I need to know.
And
it's something you can't. If I'm to atone for this, I have to actually accept it and register it.
okay. As you're looking at that, you do see Eep nearby holding you out a cookie.
It's safe to take cookies from me, isn't it?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, all right. Well, I treat Eep with a lot of respect and take the cookie.
And it gives you words of encouragement. Death to the infidels!
Okay, acknowledge what Eep said, but don't confirm it. Don't agree with it, and munch on the cookie. And I'm not going to give any to Prosper because Prosper eats too many cookies.
Prosper's already got 2 in his hands.
Yeah, okay. The cookies are as big as he is.
Yep.
As soon as
He's a dragon, he hoards cookies, and he eats them.
As soon as I hear Eve say death to the infidel, I'll turn to her and just check that there's nothing awry going on.
Playing cards with Prosper and using cookies as trade.
Yeah, no, that's it.
And death to the infidel, that's the happy statement, isn't it? Well, we don't really know what it means.
Okay, so what colour is it?
Somewhat.
Eep is a shimmery black.
Okay. Do I know if that's good or bad based off the work I've been doing?
You haven't quite figured out when saying stuff while black means. It might just be Eep only really knows 2 main phrases.
Calric seeing the shimmering black will put a claw up and look at Eep and hold up a couple of smiley faces and emoticons and see if she can get a match.
As you're doing so, Eep just watches intently and munches on cookies.
Calric is like, come on, you know better than this. We're trying to learn each other's languages.
Have you thought of trying to detect thoughts?
Pardon?
Have you thought of trying to detect thoughts?
Which?
Detect thoughts.
Detect thoughts? I could try detect thoughts. I'll try detect thoughts.
Okay. You spend some time on detect thoughts.
Okay. I'll wait or...
And I will, because that's one of your rituals.
It is...
You'll need to make a ritual check.
And I think I've left my dice over there. It's not easy.
It's okay, I can grab dice.
It's in that slotted blue thing in the shelf. Can you see it? Okay. Detect thoughts. Rituals? Yes, it's a ritual. It's considered a level 2 ritual.
Which means it would be
Ooh, what was
Sorry,
that
it's
sound?
just my lousy balance.
Oh, no, that's okay. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. This happens a lot.
Yeah. No. You're looking at one of the fallover kings. On the round, you cast it, and as an action, probe a creature on thoughts. Send on 1 creature in range. Creature makes a wisdom saving throw. Creatures with intelligence of 3 or less, or that don't speak any languages are unaffected. Detect thoughts may not work,
Oh, it needs a
depending on her intelligence. If her intelligence is 3 or less, it won't work.
And also if they have no language that you can understand.
She has a language though of colours, so I can cast it at higher levels, but that just increases the range of the spell, not the capacity for it to work. And you said I need to roll, is it a D20?
D20, yes.
Sure I got the right side up. So it's 10, so that doesn't sound good. Detect thoughts, what does that come under?
You add your stat bonus to it.
What is this?
It's probably pretty good.
Generally proficiency
Ah,
plus
here it
stat
is.
bonus.
Sorry, what's my stat bonus?
Should be plus 6 or plus 7.
But what was the ability that it goes on?
I can't remember off the top of my head. I can have a quick look.
And I would vote for Mystara, but you are the GM.
Okay. Let me see. Dragon 1. You chose Constitution.
I chose Constitution?
You did.
Oh. Why would I do that for...
You're a big dragon.
Yeah, healthy.
And do you have a plus 7 to that?
Yeah, I know. I was
The
just
same
wondering
as
why
wisdom.
it's not under, say, wisdom or intelligence. Not that I want it to be under intelligence. Intelligence is
Your
not
con
my
and your
best
wisdom.
thing, but
Your con and your wisdom are the same, so.
yeah. Well, yeah. Anyway, so that makes it 17.
It makes it 17. Okay, so yes, the spell does go off. And I'm just going to look up what the tech thoughts did here.
If you want to pay. No, you've got to pay. Hey Google, main light on. Otherwise I'm not going to be able to read my dice.
That is magical.
That is technology.
Okay, what is Calcrix's spellcasting DC? It should be 7 plus 4 for proficiency, plus 8, I believe, is the base modifier.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
The spellcasting DC.
Spellcasting DC is your stat. Yeah, stat mod.
Okay, I've got this, but I got to know what I'm looking at to give you the numbers you want.
It's been a while since I've done it properly. I know things have been messed up in some of them, so I was just looking up what a...
I think there's a saving throw involved, because that's what you're after.
Yeah, I think it's a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, there often are. Wisdom saving throw.
But how the DC is calculated, my brain couldn't remember.
Oh look, practice for the GM.
Yeah, sometimes my brain doesn't keep up with the things, and it's confused with so many different things.
Which makes it, on a failed save, wisdom save, and on a failed save you lose the creature's surface thoughts. What is most on the creature's mind? On a successful save you fail to read the creature's thoughts and can't attempt to probe its mind for duration.
Is 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your modifier. So that is 19.
So when you say 8 plus your
So that's the DC.
bonus,
That's
Your
the
proficiency
DC
is 4.
that's the DC of
That was what I was asking, what the DC of the spell was.
so
Because a lot of things use 10, they just chose 8 to make them lower.
yeah.
I see. That's where proficiency bonus is. Okay, so it's 8 plus proficiency bonus, which is 4,
Plus your constitution bonus, which is 7.
which is 7.
Which makes it a DC of 19. Okay, so yes, this time you pick up a bunch of thoughts from Ape. And you get to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, this is interesting. You're making a saving throw.
Oh yeah. This is not my first round with it,
Oh, okay.
and I don't always come off.
I'm
the
sorry.
best.
I didn't realise that this might happen.
Okay, it's 19 on the dice,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's a wisdom saving throw. So would that be plus 11? Because I've got
If you've got proficiency, then it is plus 11, yes.
yeah, so that's 30.
Okay, so you do pretty well. You manage to hold your self-conscious while getting the download of thoughts of Eve, which seem to be running so fast that images just keep flashing through your head.
Oh, wow.
Eve's thoughts are in the form of images and emotions more than it is words.
Very fast, you said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like watching, how the screens can flicker between images. You're watching the equivalent of 30 frames of pictures changing a second.
Oh, wow.
And can she take a moment to look at that and get a basic idea of where Eve is at? Particularly in
maybe
relation to
trying
the colour
to-
black shimmering like that, giving a reflection of what's going on with it. She's more interested in learning how to connect with it.
Feels more like curiosity because you're holding up cards.
Yeah, okay.
And it does have pictures of cards floating up every now and then in the thoughts. But they're going by so quickly, you're not sure how that's relating to how Eve's feeling.
Okay.
Just that Eve really is not a slow-thinking creature.
No, I might have to cast a haste or something on myself to keep up with them all. Okay, so it doesn't seem like it's a deadly colour though.
It does not.
And I get more of an overall sense of curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure that she's not, that colour is not, I'm trying to look at colours I really need to pay attention to because they're going to be fatal to either everybody, some of people, party members, and colours which are each fairly safe right now. Sort of thing. She knows it's going to take her decades to really learn each language, but she's going to start at the basic level of, should I be shielding the rest of the party and anyone in the room from Eep right now, or are we all okay?
And you do get the occasional weird voices in there. One of them that sounds like a Norseman, and one of them that sounds like a demon.
Okay. So the demon will be the demon that she ate, and the Norseman, did she eat a Norseman recently?
In the tavern, yes.
Yeah, okay. Was that because she was told to, or because she just took advantage?
Remember you said that you could attack the members of the cult, and we were trying to talk to someone, suddenly Eep attacked.
I see. So that'll be, okay. Calcrix is learning stuff. Don't hear any fairy dragon type voices?
None that are clear.
Okay. I'm just checking because there's a certain fairy dragon absent right now, and I just want to make sure that Eep has not strayed off her diet.
Well, it depends. Are they no longer a party member?
No, they're still a party member. They're absolutely still a party member. Alright. We can move on. We should check. Now that I'm kind of assured, I'll take out my little true seed pot and I'll turn to Bradshaw. I'll say,
Bradshaw now gets to make a is it wisdom saving throw?
This is my true seed right now.
You've still got your detect thoughts going.
Oh, okay. How do I turn that off?
Where's my die?
You can usually continue. The spells require concentration. You can just cease concentrating on it.
Okay, mate, you have to roll because my dice is in the other room at the moment, so I'll trust you.
I'll roll for you, sure.
Yes.
No one.
That would be a 6.
That's 6.
Unless you
Yeah.
have a plus 9 plus 13 to the dice roll from your wisdom saving throw.
I've got +1. How's that sound?
Okay, so yes, you suddenly get all of Bradshaw Dugan's thoughts.
Calcrix will quickly turn off.
No. I'm going to tell you what happens now, okay? You went here. So, you hear Bradshaw, fighting with his brother and mother. Then you start getting pictures of his wife. And then things that he got up to with his wife and stuff like that. So and then you...
For the record, after Zal's dad's skull projected the evening of the lovey-dovey potion between Tidal and Cheval, Calcrix is not shocked at all by any...
It's surprised what Bradshaw gets up to with his wife. I'm just saying that right now.
Yeah, no,
She's
not shocked.
Also, it's not Pathfinder, so not as graphic.
Yeah.
Well, it's graphic, but you feel that Bradshaw's been tied down a lot of the occasions, okay? So just let you know.
Okay,
And you actually sort of
I'm
put
part of this. I don't
the
want
face of
No, you don't hear it. It's
fine.
Calcrix,
That's
but
good.
as
I'm
soon as
glad.
she realised she hasn't turned detect thoughts off,
Mhm.
and it's not because she's shocked that she turns it off. It's more that she has.
Boundaries.
Yeah, she appreciates that each party member has their privacy, and she did not mean to invade it. So she'll make sure she turns it off, and then she'll hold up her pot and say, "Would you like the capacity to see traps and hidden passageways and secret doors? If so, I'll put a little bit of this saffron ointment on your eyelids, and you can bravely lead us into the unknown place of the court."
Okay, never thought there's such a thing, but I'll give it a go. If I'm assuming you're talking to Rachel, by the way. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's dismissed your stuff just straight away because she's done detect thoughts before and she really, respects each person's right to privacy, and she's just like, no, I'm not gonna invade. That was an accident. I'll be more careful next time.
Okay. Just don't take my eyes out with your claws.
No, she's practiced at this. She's done it to the party members before.
Okay.
She uses the back smooth bit of her talon to just dab it on really, really gently. And she'll then offer around to other party members to see if any of them want a dab of the ointment.
Okay, so Bradshaw, you're having trouble seeing now that you've got this stuff on your eye.
It's not on his eye. Did I dab it badly?
He as a dwarf, he actually has some resistance to magic
Yeah,
casting.
resistance to magic, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I had no
Which
idea.
means even casting healing spells may not work.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh yeah, sorry. Magic doesn't like me. Sorry about that. I forgot to tell you. Yeah.
I'll hand you a handkerchief, and then I'll turn and see if there's any other party members who'd like to have the True Seed ointment on them.
That's okay.
There's always a
I've got dark vision. I'm okay.
Does anyone else want some?
No, thanks.
No?
No.
Calvin
No.
will apply it to her own
Mm-hmm.
herself. And she says, as we know that the tunnel's very heavily trapped, would it be alright if I went first?
I'm happy to go first. I can take the heat.
Well, you see, it's less that, but if the trap, say, floods the tunnel, I worry for the safety of the rest of our group members.
Well, what we can do, we can walk together, and you can stop me if I walk too fast in front of you. Okay?
Okay, yes, I'm happy with that. I'm happy working with someone. I just want to be careful of the safety of
Just I was going to point out, you're a nice dragon. So most nice dragons. I don't think I've met another dragon before, but you seem to be nice. I didn't know dragons were nice. Just put it out there.
You don't know of our history, obviously. You've been with us a short time, but
No.
Zal is like my father. He raised me, and although Anton has been with us not quite as long a time, each party member I come to feel towards his family. So your safety is very important to me.
Just never met a dragon before. Just put it out. Just let you know. Okay? If I just
raised-
if I do stare at you that 2 seconds too long, you know why. Okay? Gotcha.
I have to say, I wasn't raised by dragons, so that's probably why I'm not like most dragons.
Yeah, I heard different stories about
You're
dragons.
you're
Yeah.
like a human in the dragon's body almost, like kind of.
When it comes to gold, I start acting a bit more like a dragon nowadays. I'm doing my
Oh,
best.
now that you're in your teenage angsty years, right?
Yeah, just a bit of, well,
Hey.
I'm not 13 just yet.
See, I'll point to Drazzle, who's probably behind us somewhere.
You're looking around. Drazzle didn't come on this part of the leg because if he came, you would have definitely been attacked. He has a reputation.
Drazzle had to stay back.
Okay.
On the beach.
Drazzle and our lovely avenging angel had to stay back because they're basically beacons to the Fenrir guys.
Okay, but see, what bloody, and while we go down this thing, I'll talk to you while we're looking around and stuff when we go down this passage. I'll say, only because I've only had to meet Drazzle before, and Drazzle's very hard to talk to occasionally, so that's why talking to somebody who's also a dragon-y kind, it makes it, you seem much easier to talk to Drazzle. Drazzle and me just don't get along, so.
I'm not bound as Drazzle is by everything that I say potentially being a prophecy that I will have to make sure comes true. And he's got several timelines on his mind, whereas I've only got mostly 3 timelines on my mind. And I think that's a great deal less than what Drazzle has. And as I said, I was fortunate enough to be raised by Cheval and Zal and Yodri, and I think that's helped me be a better dragon.
I'd also add that you and Drazzle are the only dragons that I've ever met or spoken with. Okay, maybe I haven't seen much of the world, but not you. Most people never get to meet a dragon.
To be honest, you probably don't want to meet most dragons, and one thing you have to remember is that when you meet a dragon, you must give them a bow, greet them in Draconic if you can, and offer them some kind of meaningful gift.
Which would be why no one really talks about meeting a dragon.
Yeah, could be.
You failed to do that.
Sorry, Prosky, yes, I know you're a dragon too, but I was talking about big dragons, not little ones.
You notice that he's been balling up one of the cookies to throw at you.
Okay, well, do your worst.
He throws it, it sort of goes about half a foot.
Okay, I'm sorry, Prosky.
And he stamps his foot looking very offended.
I do my best to apologise because, you know, I wouldn't have got this far without you, Prosky.
Calcrix gives him a little emoticon flashcard. Just to make him feel better.
Does Proshka speak Draconic at all?
Proshka doesn't speak any language. Proshka understands Draconic in common, though.
Right.
Eve and Proshka seem to be able to converse just fine, though.
Hey, my amulet of language, that just makes me understand Elven, is that right?
Lets you understand any language, but it doesn't seem to work on Eep, and you still haven't found out the drawback of it.
Gotcha, okay.
It was a gift from the god of death, after all.
Yeah, okay.
So you're walking around with an amulet of Thanatos around your neck.
Well, I don't know anything different about it. I'm just a warrior, so...
Yeah, your character was told at one stage.
Was I?
Yeah, he was.
This is Bradshaw's listening skills here. Bradshaw never remembers half the things he gets told, so... Yeah.
That's why Dimitri never uses it.
Cool. It's more just I know about this amulet, I don't know what it's for, so yeah. That's all good.
Which means you can hear just about everything spoken and understand what it says. You can't read anything and you can't speak it, but you can understand anything that anyone says to you.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Which means Eve, because Eve doesn't say stuff, doesn't translate.
Yep. Oh, he does. He says, death to the infidels. I've heard that a few times.
But that actually is not his language.
I know. It's just it's like a parrot repeating.
Well, he got that from the puppet he absorbed.
Oh, okay.
It had those sayings.
So, we got a puppet in Yularan, and the puppet was created by Loki, and the puppet said two things: death to the infidel and by Gorm. And so when we needed to get rid of the puppet, I believe, or I gave the puppet to
You gave the puppet to Eve.
And Eve ate the puppet, and by eating the puppet, Eve started saying her first words beyond Eve, which is why she was named Eve. And they were by Gorm and Death the Infidel.
Okay.
And it used to be, when she first started, by Gorm was good and Death the Infidel was bad. But as she's grown and understood language more, she now interchanges them.
Okay.
And as they've realised, Eve is a lot more complex than yes and no.
Yeah, we're all getting that.
Okay, enough talking, let's get going. Come.
Does that mean that Bradshaw just lifts the door?
Bradshaw would lift the door.
Okay.
Calcrix, look at the door before Bradshaw lifts it?
Yes, you look at the door as he lifts it and see this cloud of dust. Get Bradshaw.
I was going to say, I would have put, if possible, I would have put my foot on the door.
I thought we examined the door last time, actually.
You did?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
because it's full of traps.
Yeah.
And Calcrix doesn't know how to detrap things.
Bradshaw has a perfect method of detrapping things.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so it's two ladies open the door?
He did so while you were distracted.
Okay, alright, well, I'm hoping I'm tall enough that doesn't get to me.
And Bradshaw gets to make a Constitution saving throw. Would you like the DM to roll low for you again?
Yes, please. I'm going to the other room yet to pick up the dice out of their bag.
Let's see if I can get lower than a 6. Well, I got a 9 this time. I didn't get lower than a 6.
Plus 7.
So that would be a 16. You start coughing up something.
Dust in these caves these days.
Can Zol do like a? I was gonna say medicine, but I don't think that's an actual role in D&D.
I think medicine is a skill. Let me just have a quick look.
The medicine?
No.
Yeah.
I'm currently not looking at
Hang
the
on,
character.
add 4 to that because I'm proficient in Constitution and Strength. So.
I was going to say, I got medicine on my stat sheet.
Medicine is a skill.
Proficiencies.
I only have. Oh no, I have +6.
If it helps, I've got detect poison and disease. If that helps.
So you make a medicine roll on Bradshaw.
Where's my dice? I did not get my dice back out from last week.
That's 2 plays without a dice. Would you like the DM to roll low for you as well?
No, my dice are right next to me. Thank you very much, Mum. Just saying.
Well,
They are within arm's reach. While I had not got them out, they are within arm's reach. Thank you very much.
I don't mind. I'm sure I can outdo a 6 and a 9.
Yes.
I'm
so
sure
far.
you could have. I'm sure you could have. It's above a 10. It's just unusual for this dice. Must be first roll a bit jitters.
You must be worrying about what I'm going to roll instead.
Yeah, I know, right? 17.
Okay, yes, looking at it, you believe that Bradshaw's allergic to the dust of being underground.
Okay, so it's just dust, I think.
You believe it's just dust. And you believe Bradshaw has an allergy to being underground.
He's a dwarf.
Can I cast detect poison and
He's a
disease
dwarf,
as a ritual just to make sure?
You can.
Yes, please.
That's a what do you call it?
It's a second level one, isn't it?
Second level, yeah.
And DC 14.
Yeah, not a great roll. That will get me to 16.
16, yes, you managed to get up your detect poison.
Yeah, okay.
You can detect there's a lot of poison in the area.
Okay. All right.
Looking around, you can
Could've-
actually make a perception check now that you've got it.
That's right, you have to make a perception check next. And okay, I'm not doing well here.
You do
Perception
have your fortunate feat.
18.
18. Okay, so 18 will get you common and uncommon afflictions.
Yeah.
But not rare or unique. So, glancing around the room, you can see that looks like each of the bodies has become poisoned.
Become poisoned?
Yeah.
I don't... Look, I've done enough harm as it is. I don't really want to discover I've done more than I thought.
It might not be you, it might be lots of other things.
So that they've all become toxic in death.
Oh, when they died.
Whatever
no.
killed them made them toxic to consumption.
Question.
Okay.
Banishment. Can I banish dead bodies away?
You can, but they won't stay gone unless you do them one at a time, and that may cost you quite a lot of spell slots.
Okay, too much. Okay.
So you have a very easy way of getting rid of dead bodies.
Yeah. Is it
But
wrong
just
to
call them
give them
Chocobo,
to
right?
eat? Is it?
Sorry.
Do I think that it's bad to eat dead poisoned bodies?
Well, they're already dead. Not sure what Eep can do, but you've never seen Eep eat a dead thing before.
No, the other thing is I can use one of my natural abilities, like fire,
Mm-hmm.
just burn them.
Well, you were considering burning down the establishment.
At one stage. But I don't want to do it while there's people that I want alive, you know.
Well, the door's open. You could always burn it down on your way out.
Yeah.
It might make it difficult for us to, if we have to come back this way to get through.
No, on our way out.
Okay.
Bradshaw is showing no signs of being poisoned.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that the door's open, I'll have a look inside. I will have gently grasped Bradshaw by the collar between two talons, holding him just slightly off the ground enough that he can't go forward until I've had a look in the door.
Oh, I think there's a strength save there. I'm full plate here. It's a very heavy dwarf. Come on.
And you're talking about a creature that is 16 times your size and weight.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I'm just trying to deter him from going headlong in there before.
So I believe are you large or huge?
I'm large at the moment.
If you're large at the moment, then you are technically 4 times his weight.
Okay. So I'm 4 times his weight.
Easily, yes.
Okay. Yeah. So we need to do
Or
like a.
actually, it might be 8 times the weight. I think it's 8 times.
It's 4. It's 8. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Because
eight
it's 3
times the
dimensions.
weight.
3 dimensions. 2
So basically, Bradshaw wouldn't be able to push you easily,
Okay.
and you could literally just hold him down with a claw.
Yeah. No, I'm not being rough or anything. I'm just very gently just holding him out of the way while I have a quick look, make sure there's no traps, see if there's a ladder.
Looking down, there is a ladder
Okay. So there's a ladder.
carved into the stone below.
Will I currently fit in my large size in this hole, or do I have to change myself up to medium?
Technically, I think you were already in medium, so that might have been hard for you to grab Bradshaw.
Okay.
Because you would have to be medium to enter this
That's
place.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to be medium to enter the tavern?
Yeah,
oh,
that's
okay.
right.
Well, do I have to do a strength thing there?
Then it would be a strength check. So
okay.
Bradshaw gets to make an athletics check in to see if he just goes in.
Bradshaw doesn't have dice though.
Plus 10 on the dice, man. So
Okay, let's see if I can do better. Apparently I did. I got an 11.
Okay.
we're going up in the world, yes.
Yeah, it's getting better steadily.
Do I?
Yes, you do an athletics check as well.
Okay, so it'll be 15 plus 7.
22. So yes, Bradshaw has tried to go down, but the smaller dragon did manage to hold him at bay and say, "What does Calcrick say?"
So just a sec. I just want to see that there's no more poisonous dust.
Poison. Us dwarves don't care about poison.
Well, I do, particularly, with all the other. It's not just about you, Bradshaw. There's other party members here that we need to think of and be considerate of. So I'm also checking for them as well. And it appears that there's a ladder and it appears that it's safe. So I then move my claw out of the way and let the dwarf autonomously choose his own possible death.
I look down with my dark vision. What do I see?
You see, there are rocks down there. Not birds, but actual rocks.
Oh.
Stone as in stone rocks, but not bird rocks. Yeah.
Seems someone has cut a ladder into the actual rock wall below, and it does drop down.
Can I use my stone cutting to check on what kind of...
Sure.
I suppose, yeah. So that's a +5. Okay.
Okay, so it looks like we've gone lower down to an 8. So that means a 13. Yes, looking at it, it does look as if it is stone and someone has carved it up. It doesn't look dwarven made. Obviously, it's inferior.
I go, come on, amateurs, I say, and it's okay. I've got this.
And they haven't even sealed the rock properly to stop the moisture getting through. How dare they?
Oh, no, that's just bad workmanship. I'm very disappointed.
It feels just as good as an orcish cavern, as far as you're concerned. No talent.
Orcs.
Remember what they had for they served up? They only served rot gut, and it wasn't even good rot gut. Remember that? So it all fits, like they can't carve stairs or ladders. They can't produce decent drink.
You've got to live underground. You've got to live in a nice underground setting, okay? Nice houses, properly done stonework,
And it has that oppressive, moist and dusty feel to it that just makes you feel like you're not at home or amongst real dwarves.
Okay. I'll out of my backpack. I'll try to find a rope. See if I can tie it to something in the near the bar area. So, and as a backup, just in case if it looks a bit slippery, that's all. So, and I'll just tell Caltrix, looks a bit slippery the stairs. I'm just going to have a rope with me just in case, okay?
This is sound plan.
Okay, you tie it to a post behind the bar. And by the time you drop the rope down, it goes down 10 feet.
Okay, I'm just a bit cautious.
Doesn't quite reach the bottom, but hey, that's what you get for picking the furthest part of the bar to tie it to.
Yeah. So be it. Okay. Okay, I'll let it go down here.
Would you like more rope to add to the end of it to get to the
Oh, what a good idea. Rachel never thinks about these things. Give any more rope?
Zal digs out some rope from his pack.
Okay,
Rachel,
I'll
would you like
tie
me to
it
go down
on.
first? Because I don't really need rope.
Well, some of us do.
Okay.
So I'll just tie the extra bit of rope off and dangle it down.
Yep.
And then I'll start slowly descending, taking my time, not rushing it.
Okay, give me another athletics check as you climb down the rope, because who knows, you may just fall off.
That's a +10, thank you, Mum. No.
Okay, let's see if we can do lower than an 8. Oh well, it looks like we got a 22 on your roll. As you manage to make it all the way down without a problem and are standing in the dank, sort of slightly slushy cavern that seems to head off into the darkness.
Okay, can I see anything with my dark vision at all?
Yes, you're in a cavern that looks dark and dank and seems to head off in a distance further than you can see.
Why
Okay,
does every doomsday cult have to live in a dank, dark, dirty, messy, yucky cabin? Like, seriously? Don't they have standards?
I absolutely agree. Why?
Yeah.
What happened to villains who live in luxurious palaces?
Yeah.
The best
I
of...
do a whistle from below just to tell people it's okay, okay?
Well, the Empress of Alphatia lives in a massive palace.
Yeah.
Has lots of servants, leads, kingdoms. Has the Goddess of Peace working with her directly.
The Goddess of Peace, the one who started the war.
Yep. And technically, she's one of the villains of the setting.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but we always get stuck chasing after the ones that like to live in bloody caves.
Well, even worse than that, the filthy, mucky, yucky caves.
Very much so.
Okay, so yes, as you step around, you can feel the sloshiness in your boots.
Okay.
I just say, whistle and go, hurry up, please, as much as I can, not too loud.
Can I spider climb down using the blitz? Okay. How high is the ceiling?
It's only 15 feet down.
So I just wondering. I don't really walk.
You can
through
literally
mud.
just drop down.
Yeah.
And yes, you could walk on the ceiling as well.
Okay. Well, I might walk on the ceiling because I really don't want to walk in the mud.
Okay.
Am I able to use my claws to walk on the ceiling?
Yep.
Calcrix is choosing ceiling as well.
And then we all turn and look at Zal.
Zal has a sad face.
If you don't mind riding in a saddle upside down, you can ride.
Are you going to leave the rope here, or are you going to bring it with you? Well, the upper half isn't your rope, so that could be left there if you really want it to.
Yeah, I think we should grab the rope.
I'll take my rope back. Thank you.
Calcrix offers you a ride in her saddle.
Okay, so you've got your rope, but you leave Bradshaw's behind. I've got it.
No, noted. Cool.
Well, that's exactly what you said. You said you'll take your rope.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
I don't know. Can we get Bradshaw's rope?
You can, but you've got to climb all the way back up, go to the bar, untie it, then climb back down again.
Do you want me to get the rope?
No.
We could need the rope later. He's making a big point about that rope.
I have more than one rope in my bag.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
Leave the rope there, we'll come back out this way when we finish, okay?
Anyway, my saddle does have the capacity to strap you in so that you can be on her back while she's upside down on the roof. So if you wanted a ride outside of the muck, you're welcome to one.
Though while you're small size, you can't carry that easily.
Carry someone at
Medium size.
Sorry, while you're at medium, you can't carry a medium, but you can carry a small.
Okay, so I can't carry Zal?
No.
Alright, sorry, offer retracted.
That's okay. Proshka and Eep are more than happy to sit on the saddle.
Yeah, that's fine. That goes without saying. They're probably playing cards.
I don't even think I have any magic for this.
And also occasionally waving at Zal. And Bradshaw.
I have prestidigitation
I was going to say, Calvary
later.
has prestidigitation, which she's happy to use.
Yeah.
Oh, Bradshaw's fine. It's part of the adventuring story and guidelines. You must get dirty. So.
Yeah, no, I'm probably used to it. I'm just being funny.
You would say you were used to it, except for the fact that it has that rotten blood smell to it.
Delicious.
Okay. That's all right. I'm happy to be on the ground if everyone wants to sit on the ceiling. It's okay with me.
Yeah, I don't.
We have a ceiling team and we have a ground team. It's good.
yeah, ceiling team, go.
So I'll just tell Codex that if you can just keep an eye on things in the front and let me know if I have to stop it all, please.
Yep. I have dark vision and the appointment.
Yeah.
Okay, you start following the path. Many hours pass.
Can I ask a question?
Many
Yep.
hours later.
I've got, and I'm fairly sure the answer is specific to dragon lairs only. But is Raid the Lair convertible to any sort of lair? Or is it dragon's lairs only?
Probably dragon, but I can look it up a bit later.
Yeah, no, I was just curious because it creates an invisible circle of protective energy centered around myself within 10 feet and it moves with me. And it's concentration 1 hour, but I'm like, it's specifically only dragon lairs, and I'm like, why have I taken this spell?
May
May
also work against other creatures that have the lair effect.
Yeah, and that's what I was
Because
wondering.
there is a special power on certain boss monsters that can affect their environment, and that's called a lair effect.
Okay, how does one tell if they're in a lair?
When suddenly the environment around you starts attacking you for no particular reason.
Okay, alright.
That's
No,
normally how they do it.
you get special lair music in the background. Didn't video games teach us nothing?
I could dig out some of those interesting soundboards.
Yeah.
Because it'd be good to have a version of that where it's applicable to...
I again have to look at it at another point. It's probably...
no, I didn't mean right now. I was just making the observation.
It must have been a while since you last had a long rest. Like I don't want to get to this place and be exhausted.
Okay, so after about 4 hours walking, you find yourself on a mountainside, and it is night.
Okay, so we're actually outside now.
And the path continues along the mountains.
Well, I'd much rather sleep out on the surface of a mountain rather than underground. So that's quite a piece of the mountain.
And it doesn't smell of the foul, rotten blood here.
I'd much rather sleep under the stars. I'm quite happy with this.
Okay, if we're all camping, I'm happy. I can take first watch. Who wants to do second watch?
Well, I'm happy to do second watch in the middle of the night. Gaze up at the sky.
Yep, okay.
As Zal usually takes first watch only because he's the only one in the party that doesn't have a dark or night vision.
And it's already dark.
And then, well, it's already dark. Okay, well, you know.
Apparently, you've walked past sunset underground.
You could do the dawn watch. Greet the dawn.
Yeah, so Cavrix will do third, and then you can do the last watch if needed.
Good.
Bradshaw takes up his spot, finds wherever his camping, finds there's a little log there set up, ready to go, just to sit on it and waits. Just watches
So you've been
around.
carrying a log around with you?
I'll go find a log if I have to.
Looking around, the path is cut into the mountainside. You're above the tree line.
Well, I'll just sit my ass on the floor then. Okay, I was trying to be comfortable, but
Unfortunately, the place isn't very comfortable for you.
Oh, Bradshaw's it's a mountain. Bradshaw's happy in the mountains. More than forests. So
That doesn't feel like a dwarven mountain, though. Feels very much like a more primal, less tamed mountain.
Okay, I'll just just look around, see what else I see. While everyone else has a bit of rest, and I'll wake up. Yeah.
So who are you going to wake up after you've finished your watch?
I believe it's Anton on the second.
Anton's, yeah. And then Anton will wake up Caltrix, and then Caltrix will wake up Zal.
While I'm doing it, I'd like to cast perception.
Well, while we've got our dwarf on watch, we'll get him to do a perception check.
That's a +5 for me. I trust the DM. I'm putting my life in your hands.
Okay, apparently this is the best roll so far on that dice, a 14.
Oh, that's a 19 for me then.
Mm-hmm. And yes, you're looking around, enjoying the mountainous scenery, realizing that if you roll off the path, it's about probably about 100 to 200 feet, depending on what part of the path you fall off.
Okay, I suppose I won't be rolling around tonight then. There you go. That's my dad joke for the day, so get it right.
What was
Anyway.
that joke?
He won't be rolling around today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just sit and make sure look after my Warhammer. Give it a bit of maintenance work while I'm waiting. So
I'm sure it enjoys being oiled up.
of course it does. It'll be oiled up by a dwarf. That's the best thing out.
Okay, so and from Mark's perspective, who is Bradshaw waking up at that point?
I'm waking up Anton. So
Okay, I was just checking because sometimes you change your mind halfway through.
no, I'm just still Anton. I do remember. I've got my list in my head. Okay, if he's sound asleep, I just quickly.
And then the next question I have for Bradshaw is: can he tell the difference between Anton and Zal? Which one's Anton?
I'm wrapped up in a blanket if that helps you.
They are both human, and he does have trouble telling humans apart. He's never been good at watching them.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure there's a difference in facial features that I know. So
I'm not wearing the helmet. How about that?
No, I still can pick up the creepiness of both characters, in the best way possible. So
Okay, we'll make that a perception roll.
Okay, +5.
Well, hey, yeah, pretty perspective. You do actually pick up which one is which this time.
Okay, cool.
Because remember, you have had a lot of less care around the humans of your party.
Oh yeah, but that was a Dimitri. It's a different thing. It's a Jeremy.
So yes, you do wake up Anton. Though as you're waking him up, you do hear a voice in your head. So give me a... what is your character's wisdom saving throw again?
+1.
+1. Okay. Well, that one is a 5, so that would be a 6. So, Anton is woken up by a scream right above him.
Okay, well, jump up. What's going on? What's happening?
Apparently it's your turn to watch. As you can see the dwarf holding his head.
I'm not wearing the helmet at the moment.
You're not. I know that.
Yeah, okay, all right. Okay. Are you all right? Is anything happening? Is there something wrong?
Yeah, just I'm going to go to get to bed. Okay,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's been a long night. I can get that.
I double check the warlock before I go to bed. Make sure I'm in the further distance from the warlock as well.
Yes, the scream did wake everyone up.
You have Calcrix looking at you very concerned. Why does Bradshaw scream?
All I did was touch Anton.
The black
Why wouldn't it know any difference? Would I know? Or?
You had touched Anton, and that's basically all you got before you had blinding pain and yelled out.
One does need to be wary when touching the Black Knight.
Okay,
Everyone, let's just make this absolutely clear.
Calcrix pats you on the shoulder
And-
and hands you a coffee.
You do hear a little voice in the background going, "Still so infidel."
Exactly, Eep, exactly.
I will find this next time. I'll make sure I use a poking stick. Yeah.
Calcrix will give you coffee thermos for your watch.
Okay. And Eep will give me a biscuit.
He does give you a
Yes.
biscuit.
Okay.
Yes.
I go find a spot where I've got a good where I can vision to study the stars above while I'm on my
You
watch.
can see the stars clearly.
Good.
I will give you a religion roll as you're staring at the
You
stars.
do realise I have no religion skill whatsoever.
I have no problem with that.
Okay, all right. My religion roll, natural 1 plus my intelligence modifier of 5 gets me to 6.
6. Whiffle 1. You're looking up at the stars. You sure you've discovered a new constellation?
Okay, well, I better sketch it out, make some notes for future reference, because
Oh, it's
no one
good.
else will ever know about this.
And as you're sketching it, you do notice that one of the stars seems to be moving.
Okay. Well, you don't see that every day. I will note this one is moving. Like
And
a
it's not moving in a
direction.
straight line.
Okay, now that's strange. Is it coming closer?
Doesn't seem to be coming closer.
So it's sort of circling a point?
It doesn't seem to be following any pattern you can follow.
Okay. Well, study that one. That one's weird. Okay. All right. I've discovered something, but I don't know what. Make some notes for future
You're
reference.
making copious notes while you're staring up at the sky, ignoring the rest of the world.
It's an important part of the world as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, so next thing you know, the sun's starting to rise.
Yeah, if I'm going to sleep, I'm going to wait for too long, have I?
You look around. You forgot to wake someone.
Okay, all right.
That's,
Have I had enough rest?
I'm sure you'll be fine.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll wake Zal anyway.
Okay.
It's supposed to be Calcrix.
Well, that's dawn. That was Zal's watch.
Calcrix, is there any chance that she specifically wanted to look at the night sky? Is there any way she can time or set an alarm or something to wake herself up? Alarm being beeped.
Quite possibly.
Alright.
I will give you a persuasion roll to see if you can figure out how to tell Eve to wake you up at a set time.
Oh god, this is gonna be... I really need to go see get my glasses fixed. Okay, 16. Sorry, what would be the persuasion roll?
Would generally be a skill called persuasion.
Right, okay. And persuasion comes under...
Normally charisma.
Okay, so 16 plus 11 is 27?
27. Okay, so yes, you have convinced Eve that you need to be woken up at a set time.
Yes, okay. So I wake up to leaves slapping me in the face.
You wake up to leave slapping you in the face. Not sure how long you've slept for.
Okay, is it still nighttime on the stars?
It's still nighttime, and you can see that Anton is deep in concentration, making sketches and notes.
Okay.
And Eve has that.
Okay, I'll nod quietly to Eve. I will also look up at the night sky because I did want to look at the stars here. I have generated a recent interest in cosmic dragons. Do I need to roll?
Yep.
Yep. Is this perception?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, 19. 19. And perception is usually I can do that.
Usually wisdom.
So 19 plus 11 is 30.
30. Okay, so you think you can see what has caught Anton's interest.
Yep.
There seems to be a something moving up there, and it's either the space cats you've spoken to, or one of the cosmic dragons.
It's my first guess. Okay. I'll take note that I've seen it, but as Anton is busy making notes, I'll pay more attention to our surrounding area than I will. I really wanted to map the constellations up here, but I feel the safety of the party is more important.
You recognize these constellations are identical to the other ones you've seen from your home.
Okay.
You're still in the northern hemisphere.
I'll make a note of that, and then well, I'm doing much to keep myself alert and busy. I'll brew fresh coffee, refill thermoses, and make something to eat, or pull some fruit or something out of my little bag, and
And at that point, Anton notices that Calcrix has been awake for some of the time.
Okay, well, I'll go wake up Zal and have a short nap for myself.
I'll give Zal fresh brewed coffee, and if she wants some fruit and some other things for breakfast, I'll offer those up. And I'll point out the cool movie star thing.
Now, looking up at this stage, it's now no longer visible
It's
because the
not
sun's
visible?
been up.
Okay, well, I'll tell her. I saw either the cats in one of their spaceships or a cosmic dragon. I'm hoping it's a cosmic dragon.
And Anton sort of hears a little bit of that before drifting off.
Yeah, I'm tired. Wrap up in blankets so they keep warm.
Zal doesn't seem to be very responsive at this time, maybe not enough coffee.
Open up
Yes,
thermos,
so-
wave under Zal's nose.
Slowly, becoming alive with some coffee.
You are feeling the stiffness of sleeping on stone.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing
I-
soft
I-
to sleep on here.
I would have had like my bedroll or whatever, but yeah, still not the best sleeping on stone.
Well, you're used to grasslands and other things. So it doesn't matter how thick your bedroll is, it's still not as comfortable as sleeping on the live ground.
True, yeah. The cleric of nature clearly has his preferences for sleeping outside.
Okay, and yes, you can see that there doesn't seem to be any plant life in this part of the mountain range.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Would I have had sufficient sleep to stay up at the moment? Or do I need to go back to sleep for a rest?
You sort of expected to rest for about 8 hours of the night.
I just wanted to know if there was time for me to spend some time just meditating.
You can do that.
Okay, so once Zal takes over, I'll just spend some time meditating.
Mm-hmm.
Zal could it's morning now, right?
It is morning now.
It's dawn or close to dawn. The sun's starting to rise.
It is after dawn.
Oh, it's after dawn?
Yeah.
Oh, well, in that case, we better get moving.
Because dawn would be coming fairly early, and somehow my computer has been unplugged.
That's possibly me moving.
So I just gotta check the...
Happy to make a bit of like quick breakfast, kind of like trail ration or whatever for people. So.
Well, looking at it, it does look to be about 5 o'clock at the moment in the morning.
In which case, we'll have to scratch the meditation and all this.
Well, most people generally don't get going until about 8, so...
Let people have
There's a bit of time. You can have like an hour, so I'll like get some stuff out to eat and sort of make a little spread while you can do some meditating.
So Zal gets to make a perception roll.
Perception. That is a good roll. Perception is plus 18 plus 6. 24.
Okay, over the sound of the dwarf, you do hear a bit of a shriek pass overhead.
Overhead.
Mm-hmm.
I look up, I guess.
There's a small dot moving in a line, leaving a trail behind it.
A trail behind it.
And you can hear the sound of it from here. You don't think it's a spaceship.
Okay.
No, it's probably more like, I don't know, like... I was gonna say Phoenix if it's leaving a trail behind it, but
you
I'm not
have
sure
heard of the Haldanic warbirds basically being a vessel in the shape of a spread hawk, and it's not being aerodynamic, but powered by the god's magic that just hurtles it through the air at high speed.
I know something about this from Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
And they
that's
literally
awesome.
shriek in protest as they fly through the air. And apparently that's one of their design options, not considered as a fault. So they keep making them exactly the same way, so they make the same shriek as they fly.
So if you mention it to Calcrick, she may be able to give you some
Do they trademark it?
No,
Well, there's only 36 of them in existence. There can never be more.
Okay.
If I do kind of recognize what it is, I will kind of interrupt. I don't like doing it, but I'll interrupt Calcrix's meditation and ask her. Also, and alert everyone else, because we don't want to get caught by this either. Like, we don't want it to spot us on this cliff face, because we're pretty exposed here. So
Calcrix does know that it has been taking on the Alphatian skyships and harassing the Alphatian armies.
So I'll reassure her that the Haldanic Knights are unlikely to be interested in us. I learned recently that they are unofficially aligned with Thayasia, and they're using what's left of their warbirds to harry the Alphatian airships and keeping them out of the war. They only have 36 of these warbirds left, so they're getting...
It's not left, that's their entire fleet.
Yeah, 36 of these warbirds, so it's that the fact that they have so little is really stretching their resources thin. But
no, that's as much as the god will allow them to have.
Yeah.
No more, no less.
But in terms of helping the war effort, it's either they concentrate on Alphasia, and that's it, or they come to help us. So they're not likely to come and pay much attention to us.
Okay, well, I wanted to make sure, because being exposed down here on a cliff face makes us a bit makes us all a bit angsty.
But now that the subject's come up, I learned recently that as much as we all think very little of Thayasia, they have begun to make amendments for their prior
atrocities.
Evils and atrocities, and they are recognising that there needs to be a massive shift in their culture and their view of peoples in the world. And I feel that in order for them to be able to fully make that shift, there needs to be some people who are receptive to help them make this shift, because they are actually the only people stopping Alphasia from fully invading the rest of us. They are the thin line between Alphasia and us, and if not, we would be crushed between Alphasia and us. So we need to, as much as they have committed atrocities, they are trying to make up for that now. And they are...
Hasn't Bradshaw been on these, or?
Bradshaw has been on one of these.
Yeah. If you mention it and I point to it, I go, oh, I've been on those, they're cool.
And you actually died jumping off one of these in one of the timelines.
Oh, yeah.
lighting your brother up as you jumped off.
That's right. I did a full kind of Leroy Jenkins. I did 100%. Yeah. There's my WoW reference for the game too.
As you rode your flaming brother, who was the goat at the time.
Calgary spies this incredibly interesting story that makes a note that she wants to write this down in her journal.
It was also the same time an event that destroyed the entire Alphatian sky fleet.
Sorry,
It was the time that they destroyed the entire Alphatian sky fleet.
Ah, well, kudos to Bradshaw in that case. One of the other things Calbrix mentions that is pertinent to you guys knowing and about understanding the big picture of the war
Okay, they
is
actually
that
look like Saracens.
the Phaeacians are very close to being wiped out entirely, as in not existing as a culture anymore, because they're expending so many of their men. They've emptied all of their prisons, and the people that were on that boat that unfortunately met with demise, they were people who were hopefully going to be added to the front, and hopefully were going to help keep the Alphatians back. So they are in a lot more trouble than anyone really understands, and I need to get that information. I'm already getting that information to Redrian, because as much as I think that their culture needs to repent and make amendments for their atrocities, I don't think any culture deserves to be wiped out entirely.
And they can't make amends if they die.
Yes, they definitely can't make amends if they die. And you particularly, Zal, would understand that as much as I do.
I do, knowing that as you're explaining it, I'm kind of like nodding along and saying, like, you know, like, if like myself can prove that they want to change their ways.
So amongst all of you, Anton would be the least likely to want them to repent.
I'm asleep.
Which is why I said amongst them you'd be the least likely to. Not that you did or not.
That's why I'm not saying anything.
And yeah, at some point Calpix will make notes of what Bradshaw mentioned about his flaming goat and flying a warbird. She'll ask you lots of questions like, what was that like, and how is it that your brother's a flaming goat? But she'll do all of this once we're on our way to...
Okay, so Antony's woken up with someone saying, what's this about a flaming goat?
What?
Prosciutto's offering you coffee.
Oh, okay.
It's got a cookie on top.
I was going to say...
I think I'm going to need it. If I had enough sleep, or am I going to be tired?
Prosciutto grabs you a second cookie.
Thank you, Prosciutto.
I full describe what happened and the decision I had to make to do the flaming, I'll call it the Durgan dive of death. I call it now. So that's my
The which dive of death?
the Durgan. That's my surname.
His family name.
The Durgan,
Family name.
just a sec, I'm writing this down.
Durgan dive of death.
Of death.
It should be the Durgan flaming dive of death.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Durgan flaming dive of death with Durgan.
I have no idea what's
Dive of
being
death,
talked about
okay.
here.
It's recorded for
DF.
posterity.
Yeah, I'll work at that later.
As he bounced amongst Alphatian skyships, setting them all alight on his way down.
Yeah, impressive.
Well, he dropped over 1,000 feet, hitting skyships all the way down.
Yeah, it was really
You were
cool.
here to tell a story?
Well, he did die in that timeline.
Oh, okay.
He got to experience another 8 after that before he went back into the main timeline.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, you have had a lot to do with Drazzle over the years, no doubt.
Oh, it was a decision that we had to do to make sure things were right as discussions with Drazzles, and we all decided that I thought, well, And we had to kill all those particular other ships, and the only way I could think of it was a Durgan flaming death dive. Yeah.
And an orb of devastation of fire.
That too.
Okay.
So, but the thrill of going down 1,000 metres at top speed, adrenaline, man, seriously. Oh. Just thinking about it makes me all hyped up.
Okay. Not how I feel about that. But anyway.
Well, don't worry. In just that one incident, he's got a higher kill count than you do.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well.
You may never achieve that kill count.
I'm not proud of my kill count, by the way. I don't like it being reminded of it.
You know, by saying that, you're going to be reminded of it every opportunity that there is.
Yeah. Like, not in this game, but the other game, my other character was reminded quite frequently that he killed a child. Not only once, but twice.
Don't worry, there are some other points I haven't pointed out to you.
Oh, no, I know, I'm sure.
But hey, that character's now dead. It will only get spoken of in flashbacks.
So Max is going to go back to, so how is your brother a flaming god? Does he turn himself
So how is it
on
okay?
fire? Is he like a Janazi goat?
You
Can he make marshmallows on his fur?
You have heard of the gaseous goat?
Oh, this is the famous gaseous goat.
Yep. Apparently the gas was also flammable.
Right. Infamous, I would say, gaseous goat.
And even Anton has heard of this goat that
Yeah,
so
really?
disrespected the Baron of Threshold and Patriarch of the Church of Karamikos by dumping in his throne room.
Well, okay, all right. I've heard of it, and I'm quite appreciative of it. And that
And
was your brother.
And the
Rachel.
discussion of how foul the odor was for everyone in there, it basically had to air the place out for a month to get the stink out.
Yeah, we were talking about that for ages afterward, Rachel.
Well, there's not a lot of really interesting news. That is really interesting news.
Do you remember that one, Mark?
Which one was that one?
The one where you were meeting the Baron of Threshold and your goat left a dump behind in the throne room?
Oh, well. And the funny bit, the goat was my brother.
Yeah.
Oh, so Therion, you attended that game, did you?
Well, I didn't know the goat was my brother at the time. I couldn't work out why the goat was so angry with me. It took me a while to work this out, but it was a very strange goat to say with him, and it explained a lot at the end. My brother was a dick, okay? So I'll just put it out there.
I don't know.
And it has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that your mother told you about it all before you went adventuring, but as the player said, the character wasn't listening.
That's right. No, I didn't hear anything from my mother. She never told me about this whole thing in the whole time. That's the story to go with. That's the one I know.
Okay.
So, Em, it's not just you that get these reminders all the time.
She's nice. She's happy to
Oh,
see
no,
you dished
I
out,
know.
I'm sure.
Actually, speaking of that, does Zal also recognize the name? Because he actually has ties to the Dwarven lineage, so I probably have heard of it.
Yes, you actually know he is related to your dwarven family line.
Oh, he's actually related. Okay, cool, awesome.
So technically, he's a fourth or fifth cousin.
Hilarious. Fantastic.
Do I
I
need
like
to
it.
worry right now? I'm just wondering about that.
And
No.
their home city was destroyed quite a while ago, especially when its Forge of Power was destroyed by one of the sons of the town.
Yeah, that was not a good day. That was really not a good day.
Well,
It's
hey,
fine.
you realized you could literally destroy an artifact.
Well, when you pile like 5 or 6 other artifacts into an artifact and basically cause a chain reaction explosion, sure. But that was not me. That was someone else.
Oh no, they used to wish.
Oh, that's right. They did use.
And they were a descendant of it, so it met the conditions to destroy it.
Yeah, and that caused a whole bunch of other problems, which we still probably haven't dealt with either.
Nope, not yet.
Not yet.
Red Tooth
Not
still
yet.
has control of that keep.
Seems to all have stories of things not going quite right, shall we say.
Let's just say Zal died there, and that's where the famous failed ranger came from.
I thought that was the wasn't there a roper or a dagger?
It was
the
in that place.
Oh, okay.
That roper was in the same place, so that was further. Oh, I say further into the keep. It was before the keep, and we ended up going down this like raging river and ended up in the keep.
Oh,
And
okay.
then that's where we found the forge, and that's where the descendant of said forge
Destroyed it.
made life choices.
And it's also the place they found cowbricks.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
lots
lots
of
of
things happen
stories.
there.
So that's the story, the crossroads of the story.
And that was around sessions 5 to 20.
Okay.
Yeah, it was very, very, very early on.
So when we're saying we're referencing old stuff, that would be over 100 sessions ago.
Okay. So actually, although those things didn't go perfectly, there were actually some good parts of this story. Okay.
Yep. A lot of reminiscing. And hey, Bradshaw really did enjoy him going out in a flaming wreck.
I did. Because Dimitri told me not to do it, so I did it.
Okay.
It was funny. Okay, so as the sun is now fully up, you can see that the path that you need to follow seems to weave along a ridge in the mountain range.
There we are.
Rather, you're supposed to be in the other place. Stop talking.
Yeah,
Should
let's
we
head off.
do a survival or perception roll along this ridge?
What would you like to do that for?
Checking for ambush points, checking for how big is the path, like how wide, checking for like whether it's a stable path or whether we need to be cautious where we step, that kind of thing.
It is something you need to be cautious where you step. You can tell this is not a dwarf-made path by any means. It was made by criminals with very little skill, but lots of, let's just say, they were very driven to make this path happen.
Lots of volunteers, you're telling me, right?
Well, that they did have a slaver which you murdered in the inn, who got them the manpower to make it.
There's one I don't regret.
That's the one EP.
Oh, bugger, it's not even mine.
Which is why you didn't find out about all the details of this, because unfortunately that's the one he picked.
Should E technically have all of this information on it?
Pretty much.
But we can't get it from E.
Not easily.
But one day in the future, maybe. Should
Yep.
Calcrix be able to talk to E? She may be able to.
That is correct.
Which means if you were holding information from Calcrix in the future, it may be the end of your existence.
Do you know how, like, we just reminisced about 100 sessions ago? It's going to be like 200 or 300 sessions in the future where Eve can actually talk to you. And she'll be like, hey, remember that time when, you know, I ate that dude and he was really delicious? And we also killed all these wolf Fenrir guys? Yeah, good times.
Okay, so even Bradshaw looks at this path with trepidation.
Should we do the rope thing? Each just tie a rope around our waist in case somebody falls?
I'm sure between the both of us we should be able to find a clear path.
Yeah, I think so. You check first. I'm still drinking my coffee.
No. Would it be Mum? Survival?
Survival is a good one.
Natural 20, so 20. No.
20 something? 30 something.
30. Graded, yeah.
Okay, looking at it, you can definitely tell there is only one path, and you wouldn't want to walk on it without having some form of safety net. And you're gonna have to step carefully because it looks as if it's designed to stop a large force moving quickly through it.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I think it's more than 30, but I don't think that changes too much.
And you expect the path itself simply to be a trap, because if you don't know what you're doing while traveling through the mountains, you'll just slide right off into the valley below.
Mm-hmm. So we would need more than just rope attaching ourselves to each other. We'd need like picks and like actual anchor points.
Well, you do have a dragon. That dragon could be a natural anchor point, and you do have an Anton, and he could be another anchor point.
Anton does not have the body or strength to be an anchor point.
But he does have the slippers of spider climbing.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, but I still don't have strength.
I didn't say you were a great anchor point, but you could be an anchor point.
I was actually going to suggest something that I don't like doing, and we could do our old trick of flying. Now, I don't like the option, but, you know.
Oh, if we can, I'll need a hand. But, Cartrix, how many people can hang on to your back while we fly?
No. I think what Martin was saying more was like, she's the anchor point because she can like claw her way across the rock while we walk on the path and we're daisy chained together. I think that's what you were saying, right, Martin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm happy to do that.
And that means that you can walk it. For Anton and Bradshaw, they'd probably prefer it that way.
Yep. Okay, that's this way. Oh, where's my rope? Oh, can I borrow your rope there? Zal? That's my smart ass joke for the day.
No.
So I'll yeah, because I have no rope because it's in the other in the bar. So
You're an adventurer and you don't carry more than one rope with you?
well, I have my. Oh, hang on. Let me check my special pouch. Oh, there's one in my bag of holding. Okay, there. Sorry for that. Yeah.
Zal, I actually don't carry any rope.
Oh,
Well,
we're gonna have to fix that, Anton.
Well, this whole strength thing's a real issue, you know.
But you don't need strength to carry a rope. It is useful for other things.
When I do have my bag of holding, you'll hear a angry crossbow yell out, abusing everything in its part, abusing me in particular.
How dare you leave me in here, you sorry sack of a dwarf.
Oh, you've heard dwarves swearing, but this has just gone beyond. Yeah, beyond it. So I said, I'll quickly get the rope and close the thing quickly. So
You know what's funny is I understand dwarven too, so yes, it's hilarious. Zol chuckles.
I do not understand Dwarven, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Gluten-free, vegan.
don't worry, just my crossbow. It's angry occasionally.
Nothing. That'll be enough.
Okay, cool.
Gluten-free is Rebecca.
Well, it turns out when you're looking for vegetarian type things, tests come with gluten-free and vegan.
Yeah,
Okay, so I'm going to have Zal and Bradshaw do their acrobatics roll.
Hello.
Acrobatics. That's just not the one I like. Okay, I've got my dice here, don't I?
When you're ready.
After your rolling, Martin, I had to definitely go out to get my dice. Okay.
21.
Zal is managing to navigate the path. Let's see how the dwarf on the mountainside fares.
Okay. That's a. Okay. Come on. Much better than Martin's roll. I haven't even Martin's numbers. That's a 20 total.
It seems our dwarf has managed to keep his feet for once as he's walking through the mountains.
I know. I am skilled in up climbing, I say out loud.
Well, you're a dwarf.
Yes, I know.
No one is surprised at all.
No one is surprised, yes.
Bradshaw's surprised, trust me. Yeah.
Ah, well,
The GM is surprised.
don't
GM knows how Bradshaw rolls usually. And it's mostly under 10, okay?
I don't know much about dwarves, so it's all news to me.
That's hilarious.
Bradshaw doesn't remind you of everything you've heard about dwarves,
Okay.
as he apparently has gnomish friends and has married a halfling.
Those details I didn't know.
I've got a keep which I have all known gnomes in.
Captain
And-
knows quite a lot about Bradshaw now.
Bradshaw's got a lot of history.
Okay.
And he's only quite a young dwarf in dwarven age too, to have so much history.
Well, he's still considered a teenager amongst dwarves. His beard hasn't even grown out fully.
Nope.
Okay. So your judgment and wisdom is something to be desired.
Probably
Wisdom, yes. Judgment, never.
probably somewhere along the lines you found out that he, as well as most of dwarves his age, are kicked out of their homeland for 20 years while they're teenagers,
Okay.
and don't come back until after then, at which point they settle down and learn a career.
Okay.
They refer to it as spring break.
It feels like dwarves have really captured the true art of parenting to perfection. Raise them while they're adorable children, keep them out while they're angsty and still going through their hormonal period, and then let them back once they're maturer at their slightly young adult period.
And the reason why that resonates with Anton is it's very similar to the Traldaran shearing ceremony, where teenagers are given a cloak with a frayed edge and banished from their home to go off and learn their true self. And then they return home sometime later, having completed their wandering of the world.
Yeah.
And learn sewing and hem the cloak properly.
I don't ever got to my shearing ceremony.
Well, the frayed cloak is a symbol of them being not part of the family until they return home.
I was joking, but yeah.
Also a great way to sort of lose your young folk, send them out on their own without any guidance whatsoever.
They don't have to go. They don't have to go by themselves.
Okay.
Most of the time, they travel with adventurers.
Okay. Still, adventures are short lifespans.
They do, but those who return are generally a lot more stronger for it. But the youth who takes up that has to choose it. They can't just be handed a cloak and told you're off, because it is a actual choice.
So we've continued on, did we?
We spent a day travelling in the mountains.
Okay. Sorry.
Normally about dwarf culture.
And you're still in the mountains when the sun starts to set. It is a slow path. You do have to go carefully. It is treacherous ground.
You don't really encounter anybody or anything? It's all good?
The path itself is the main threat.
Can I have a little watch again in the middle of the night? Saw some interesting stuff, Arthur.
I will set my Eve alarm.
Mm-hmm.
It would be really cute if she wakes me up going eep, 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 eep.
And then wake up the entire camp going eep, 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 eep.
Just me. She can whisper it in my ear. I've dragged him. I'm joking.
Okay, so who's on first watch in the mountains? Was that Bradshaw?
How's Bradshaw? Perception check?
Yep.
Okay. Back to normal rolling. It's good to see. That's a 8 total.
Okay, you spend a couple of hours thinking about the path.
I think we may wake up in initiative.
Well, this path is interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Not dwarven engineering, that's for sure.
Definitely not. This time, if I am to... Who's next on the...
That's Anton again for second watch. I think we've gone for the same second
Okay.
watch order as...
I will turn my Warhammer around so I'm hanging on to the Warhammer head and then just nudge Anton, okay? So I'm not touching him with my hand or anything like that.
Make a will saving throw.
Yeah, I thought you would have said it. Oh, that's alright actually. That's a 19. So I've rolled at 18.
Okay, so on a 19 you get visions of lots of people being crushed by falling ice from the sky.
Okay. If Anton wakes up, I'll just give him a strange look and say, "Oh, your turn." And I'll go to bed. Kind of a bit unsure of Anton right now.
And you can feel some blood coming out of your ears.
I am going to have a word to me, see if I can wake up somebody else the following night.
Before we settle down and into watch, Carcass will do a little ritual to her gods because she knows that she needs to keep up with her obligations. And she will use a little bit of the last of the light just before they stop to catch up notes in her journal and letters and things.
Not very hard to do.
No, just
So-
make a note that that she's doing those general maintenance things rather than neglecting them.
And Anton is currently on watch.
And I'll be studying the sky again. I saw some really interesting stuff last night. Refer back to my notes. Yeah. Maybe chat to Froster. Eep if he's awake.
Eep is probably awake. Does Eep sleep a lot?
Eep does sleep a lot. Alright, just trying to figure out what happened to my calendar thing. Oh well, I'll have to fix that sometime. I somehow broke my calendar. Yeah, I was just going to reference what was actually happening and can't do that at the moment.
Your calendar's down?
Yeah, it's all broken.
Was it the power going out before?
No, something mistake in the coding. We now
the
only
calendar on the website.
yeah we now only have 3 days that seem to be working properly.
Oops.
And they're splattered in all the entries.
That's because you've been updating magical instruments.
Yeah, other things are broken.
It's probably a column somewhere. Somewhere.
Most likely. It does happen, unfortunately.
And maybe I don't see anything significant tonight.
Because there are celestial events that happen at certain times of the year.
Oh, okay.
I had a question. Are
Yep.
we Are we in a safe-ish spot on like a ledge or like a cave or like a bit wider spot on the ledge where we are, or are we literally sleeping on the edge?
You are sleeping on the edge. There is no real safe space to sleep.
Great.
Which doesn't give you a lot of fun with that.
You could all, we could use the ropes, and we could stick a couple of I can't think of what those things are that you hammer into rocks when you're rock climbers.
Pittons.
The pittons. Yeah.
Pittons.
Pittons?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, it's really hard to understand.
Pitton.
Okay. We could stick some of those in and then tie ropes to them and then tie those ropes to ourselves. So that
that's why I was asking, because I probably would have done a setup like that, because I don't want to be rolling off.
Bradshaw would not recommend it because it would echo through the mountains.
Oh, right.
Yep.
How do we secure ourselves from
What about if we, along our walk, see if we can find a larger boulder?
I don't think there is one. That's why I was asking.
Well, if you look for a larger boulder along your walk, you're either going to stop fairly early in the day and make many longer travel through there. It's whether or not you want to walk for 8 hours or 4.
Yeah.
This is already longer than I thought it would be.
Well,
So
good people with survival, you don't really need something too big. You just need enough something that's shallow enough so that it's not going over that way. It's sort of rolling you toward
That's
the
the
mountain.
other thing. We could also possibly just dig out a little ditch on the farthest side from the edge, so that we don't automatically roll out very easily, depending on how hard the rock is and so on and so forth.
again, that would make noise, right?
Well, as long as you're not trying to break rock or strike metal against metal.
I guess it depends on what the pathway is made out of.
Mostly shale around here.
It'll be up to the people on watch to keep an eye on everyone too.
Yeah, no, if we can alleviate at least some of the risk, that would be nice.
That would be with ropes.
With ropes. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's why I wanted to double check before we went further.
And that put Bradshaw on first watch again.
Yeah, he rolled an 8, I think.
And that means he woke up Anton.
Yeah. And I'm starting to start again.
And there doesn't seem to be anything majorly of interest at this point.
Okay. Well,
Nothing interesting to say.
I put that note down in my notes that following night nothing much can be seen.
And that brings us to Calcrick's being woken up.
Take over, make coffee. Make sure no one rolls off the ledge.
Okay, so everyone seems to be going quite well. The dwarf here is happiest you have seen him sleeping on the mountainside. But also the loudest sleeper amongst you.
We're like
Is that enough sound effects for you, Martin?
It was all good. And after having the interest of the night before, tonight passes rather quickly. Calcrix gets to compare the stars to what she's used to. Then it is time for Zal to go on watch as the sun's getting close to rising.
next time. Anton will get a full rest.
Mm.
I might even get breakfast for once.
That's a fairly good cook.
And Zal is finally awake as the sun pops over the mountain range. And you can see that what looks to be about half a day's travel further along the ridge seems to be some sort of cave.
Oh, finally.
I hope this is a better cave than that last one. Next question is, why do Doomsday cults always have to be in such a remote location?
Because by the looks of things, you wouldn't see it very clearly from the sky. You wouldn't have been able to approach it from down the mountain range.
Yeah, they're hiding from the world. Yeah. I think
And
Doomsday cults.
And it's reputed to be where Fenrir is trapped under the mountain range.
Yeah, that would be interesting if we run into Fenrir itself.
No.
I mean, that's what I mean by the word interesting.
He would be terrifying.
Maybe Fenrir is your patron.
I hope not. The master, remember, it's master rather than patron. I don't think it would be Fenrir. I can't see that.
Hey, could even be the master be your patron.
Well, I hope not. I damn well hope not.
So many options.
Something else, but I'm not speculating on this because I was advised not to. So, push those thoughts down. Think about breakfast. Think about what I can do because I have no useful skills at all when it comes to breakfast or survival or travelling or anything like that.
Broshka offers you a cookie.
Okay, thank you, Bruce. How many have you had already?
He holds up all his paws.
No, there's no point in talking to Eve about stop force feeding Proshka with cookies, is there?
He projects to the word force.
Okay, overfeeding.
Eve and Proshka look at you and try to understand what the definition of overfeeding
Okay,
would
I
be.
give up. All right, I just eat my cookie.
And as usual, there are little black marks in it, but hey, that's just Broshka.
Yeah, well, it's not going to kill me, so.
He always makes sure whatever he feeds you has been taste tested beforehand.
It's an important job.
Well, it saves me casting detect poison on it, doesn't it?
And if it's too nice, he'll just keep taste testing it.
Yeah, I'm still amazed that you can eat so many cookies.
He doesn't look as if he put on any weight whatsoever.
Yeah, I know, this is really weird, dude.
And he's eaten more than his body weight in cookies in a day. You've seen it.
I know. Okay. You know this bag of cookies is the most powerful magic I have ever seen.
Do you know they're tiny cookies because Proshka's tiny? Or small?
I'm sorry.
The cookies are almost as big as Proshka.
Are they?
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
Proshka loves them so much.
No. There you go. Wouldn't take
That just pulls an apple out of his pouch because he has a pouch of apples. So
Your patch of apples. Okay.
yeah, I used to feed to my goat brother. Yeah.
You didn't
Oh,
know
and-
he was your brother at the time, though. You just thought he was your goat.
But he seemed to like the apples, so I assumed that he was just a goat. So
There was many jokes about him mounting his brother on a regular basis.
hey, I feel offended by that DM. That does not need to be bring to this party, okay?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
we
I
could
was-
actually make a breakfast. We'd actually eat cookies and apples on the hook.
Oh,
as
I
we're
was going
walking.
to say, it just means you can exchange cookies and apples, and we're all good.
Yeah.
And you know, if you mount your brother on a regular basis, it just means you're a part of the royal family.
Yeah. I kind of cut into the conversation very quickly when I referenced that one. But yeah.
We could probably
Anyway.
survive a long time on cookies and apples, but I know I'm
Yeah.
sounding a bit pretentious here, but I get a bit tired of just cookies and apples after a while.
I'm fairly sure that between Zal's ration pack for breakfast, because she was making breakfast at one point, and Calcrix's ration pack, which has got like dried fruits and nuts and
Okay, all right.
dried-
Well, we're definitely eating well. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. You do notice that you have a pouch on you that you didn't remember.
Okay. Anyone lost the pouch?
Looking inside it seems to have what looks to be dried goat.
Dried
Nah.
goat. It's like jerky.
Goat jerky, yeah.
Sniff it.
It does smell nice. It's protein.
All right. Okay. This is. I'm gonna do another ritual casting to check poison disease. I don't trust this. I don't trust this at all. Look at that.
Natural
17.
Natural 17. Okay, so yes, you don't detect any poisons or diseases on it whatsoever.
Proshka, do you like goat jerky as well as cookies?
He nods enthusiastically.
Okay, you've got an enormous appetite. Well, okay, I'll eat one, you eat one.
He has that look of confusion about what's this, thing appetite.
Okay, all right. I give him one and I eat one.
He quite happily munches on it.
Okay. All right. So, is there any more in there?
Yeah.
It's not an endless supply, is it?
Oh well, there seems to be at least 20 pieces of jerky in there.
Okay, that's a fair quantity. Does anyone want some goat jerky to go with the cookies and apples?
And there's a little note too.
Oh, okay. That's an important detail. What's the note say?
Well, it says, I thought you could do with this, Strazzle.
Thank you, Drazzle. Okay.
I'm a bit against eating goat, but because my current mount's a goat, so I'm kind of like,
and it does say, the note does say it is mountain goat jerky.
Mountain goat jerky. Okay. Okay. I don't know a lot about goats, so I'll just take that as read.
Can I roll an insight roll? Do I feel like Drazzle's messing with me again?
Sure. Give me an insight roll.
Plus that is a whole 13.
13. Most likely.
Yes, that's okay. Doesn't surprise you, the devil. Yeah. Dragon thing.
It's been funny. Drazzle keeps trying to look after me and make sure I don't do anything stupid.
Yeah. If you say it out loud, I go, yeah, I have the exact opposite.
Have some goat jerky.
No, thank you.
He doesn't want to eat his brother's man as well as Mountain.
Goats are there for riding, that's it.
Zal has absolutely no problem.
It is some of the tastiest jerky you've had.
I don't think I've eaten much jerky before, but okay, yeah, it is good.
Well, you'll notice Zal also has a fair bit of jerky, and a lot of like fish jerky and stuff like that.
Zal's had goat jerky before, and this is tasty goat jerky.
Tasty goat jerky.
Right.
Yeah, Zal has a lot of dried meats. It's thanks to a certain bird that's a mount of his that likes to hunt.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're not restricted to just cookies and that's it.
And Zal also has some orc jerky.
Some what?
Orc jerky.
Orc jerky. I kind of think I draw the line at humanoids.
Well, he's got fruits and nuts and various types of fish and meat jerky, and like Zal usually puts a pretty good spread on in the morning.
Yeah, okay, I take it back. Yes, you do put a good spread on. I just also thought we could eat as we walk.
Calbrix is kind of the same. She has a lot of rations of different types.
Zal appreciates being able to sit down and just take 5, even on a trail, of as perilous as this, and just have some nice food.
And loves the tea and coffee ceremonies.
He says yes to all.
What's the view like? We're going to sit down here.
The view is a bit bland. Most of the land here is dead.
Okay.
You'd expect there to be bushes, trees, animals. You don't hear any animal life. You don't hear any bird life. You guys are the loudest things in the mountain because you're the only noise in the mountain.
I looked to our former ranger. Zal, is there something about this land why there's just nothing
I'm going to presume it's influence of Fenrir, but I can also make either a nature or religion roll on
Make
that
a
one.
religion roll on that one.
Make a religion roll. Cool. 28.
It reminds you of the black sands of Ethengar. Not blasted with death as those sands were, but almost as dead as those lands.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so there's something magical going on here that's like killing everything in its wake,
Okay.
basically.
So not the land itself is dead, but something is. Okay.
The land itself does feel dead,
The land itself is. Oh.
meaning that you would be on the very thin veil between here and the Fey Dark.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it'd be it is dead and probably unlikely that even if the influence leaves, I doubt anything would change anytime soon. As a feeling.
Okay.
So was there a name attached to that? You just said when so.
The black sands of Ethengar.
Oh, okay.
It's where they have what's called the World Mountain, where one of the green seeds is buried.
Yeah, because I was just gonna say, is this the place where one of my 3 seeds are? Well, not mine, but like the seeds that. And would I recognise this as the name of the mountain that we're on?
No, this is not the place you're on.
This isn't it, but it's not far from it, or.
Quite a distance.
Okay, but this is kind of a similar region, Black Sands of Edinburgh.
You didn't know this existed.
Oh.
So referencing it to a place where the dead walk freely is not the cheeriest of references.
So this is when making notes in my journal, I would note that this area is known as the Black Sands of Ethengar.
No,
I'm getting confused.
she is comparing it to the Black Sands of Ethengar.
Right, okay. That's why I asked for clarification.
Based on how lacking in any form of life it seems to have.
Do we have any idea where we are in terms of?
Somewhere in the middle of one of the islands of Ostland.
Of
Ostland.
Ostland. Okay. Thanks.
Okay. So after having a relaxing food with some either tea or coffee, depending on what is prepared, you spend half a day traveling to the mouth of a cave you can see at the end of the trail.
Okay.
So it's about midday by the time you reach it. And you thought the other passageway you walked in was bad. This one has the same smell, but the smell is so gagging that you would expect there to be an entire troglodyte civilization living in there.
Oh, God.
Ugh.
Except they generally don't feel as foul as the smell of blood and bodies. Previously it was just blood, now it is the smell of blood and death.
Okay.
Rotten blood and death.
Oh, I don't think there's much point. It's just gird ourselves and head in, I suppose.
And Bradshaw has heard of some excavations using sacrifice amongst the creatures of the underground Shadowlands.
Yes, unfortunately. Yeah.
That the tales that were told to him as a youngling.
Mm.
Let's be careful, guys. and gals and dragons
It looks like
and little fake creatures. I say, look, a little fake creature.
You see the little plant-like thing look at you and go, "Bacon."
Sorry?
Bradshaw was saying things to the each of the people, and Eep responded.
Right. About being careful.
Yep.
if we're heading in, I put the helmet on.
Mm-hmm.
How big's this passageway? Is it enough for a dragon or not really?
This one seems to be wide but low, so the dragon could be squeezing through at large.
But we can't walk on the ceiling.
You could, but you'd be also touching the ground.
Yeah, okay, so it's not a great idea.
And the way it's cut into the mountain looks as if it was designed to make it not visible from the sky.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
You probably wouldn't even notice the path from the sky.
I suggest anyone who wants to prep before they go in the cave do so now, before we head in. Looking at Caltrix in particular, so if the special eyeliner, I'm going to call it.
Yeah, she'll
Yeah.
her true seed ointment.
Okay.
I was also thinking, did you say medium size is okay?
Medium size is fine.
Yeah, cool. And yeah, I think that's probably the main things that I want to prepare. I presume dark vision is enough to see.
True sight is definitely enough.
Yep.
True sight trumps dark vision.
Yep.
I was just wondering whether it was worth using clairvoyance, but
You can only sustain one spell at a time. You'd have to check to make sure Glenn.
we established
yeah.
the ointments for this one.
I was just trying to remind you that when you use spells that have concentration, which I believe clairvoyance does,
Yeah.
that you can only have one
That I'll
of
have
those
to
at a
drop
time.
clairvoyance if I want to do anything else.
Only something else with concentration.
Because clairvoyance does give me an orb that I can send in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
But I think
And you also still have the orb.
I'm pretty sure true seeing gives me one.
Unless you're holding your orb, in which case it goes out to 240.
240. Okay. Well, yeah, I might do the orb. If that's okay.
Because the orb can also have a sensor that moves in front of you, or you can cast your true seeing through the orb while holding the orb to extend it out. Either or both.
I'll do number 2.
Okay.
Well, either or both.
So if you cast true seeing on someone while holding the orb, it doubles the distance.
Okay.
If you cast use the orb's power, it can actually see out using true seeing.
Probably just do. Is that right?
Well, you're not at risk when that happens. I'm just going to put this
Yeah.
on silent because I keep getting messages. Sorry about that, guys.
It's alright.
Just frustrating when it keeps popping through.
For those of you with weak sonic apologies, the orb does look like an eye.
Well, the actual floating sensor is an actual eye, whereas the orb is a glass sphere.
I mean, it can't be any worse than a vampiric-looking skull in glass either. So it's a bit of a muchness there.
Though Zal does get a feeling of your dad's skull does want that orb.
Oh, he wants that orb. He wants to be able to see. Oh, great! I love that. I tell Calcrix that. I'm just like, hey, Dad wants that. He has an interest in that eyeball.
Calcrix looks at Zal's skull and Dad's skull and says, no, touchy.
And he probably actually responds to you. I would not be surprised. Out of all the days that he does not just say my name as a response, this would be it.
And you do see what looks to be a vampiric-looking skull inside the orb with glowy eyes. And you do get the feeling of it still wants the orb.
Oh, Calrix knows it's not going to deter Zolstad, but she's making it clear that she's not giving it up willingly.
Don't worry. I'll try and keep that in check. I just thought it was hilarious and that you should know.
It is hilarious, and thank you for letting me know. That's going to be useful.
Okay, so true seeing comes up. You can see out of the eye. You can see what appears to be all these spirits lying all over the road that you've been walking along.
The dead. It's not my first run.
Yes, but previously when you've been using it, you hadn't really been sensing it. You think the veil between the living and the dead may not actually exist in this mountain.
I'll turn to the rest of the group and say, we need to be very careful. The veil between the living and the dead seems to be very thin here.
And as you're using your true sight, you can literally see what appears to be a rest of a spiritual body being dragged along by Zal's father's skull.
Wait,
so
what?
The rest of
the
Zal's
spirit.
dad is dragging the rest of his body behind him.
Well, the drift globe is the skull, and it looks as if the spirit's still attached to it and being dragged along by the ball.
Interesting. I'll sketch that later.
Huh. That is very disturbing to hear as a player.
And then there seems to be a cord with it wrapped around the neck of a female spirit being dragged behind what appears to be a golden arrow.
And that'll be
Oh
Zal's
no. Why are you doing this to me, man? Why? So much why?
We are in D&D, not Pathfinder.
We are, yeah. But
No,
these things
this
have
is-
been
this
there
is-
for
this
quite
is-
a while.
This is probably how as gory as it gets, though. We know the spirits are attached to these items because I can freely converse with my mum and dad. So, there's that.
They're the only items you have with you that actually have spirits residing in them.
Yep.
And looking at Eep just seems to go on forever when you look at Eep.
I don't think this is the first time I've seen him.
But never seen him inside the Feydark.
So, I'm seeing Fenrir.
You believe you're seeing the Feydark.
All the fun.
So Eep doesn't seem to have dimensions like the rest of you in the Feydark.
Interesting. Does that have any significance to me?
You have no idea.
Make another note.
At some points he doesn't seem to be there, and at other points he seems to go on forever.
She always knew Eve would be very terrifying in her true form, but this just confirms that. She's always been a bit worried about how powerful Eve might be, and this just confirms that too. Gone are her days of sleeping well and deeply.
Oh, hey, nothing's disturbed you in your sleep for a while.
That's probably because the infinity of Eve exists next to her now. And you said there was a rope attaching Sal's mum's spirit to the arrow?
Yep, a golden rope.
A golden rope.
Think very much like a Wonder Woman with the glowy lasso.
Okay.
It probably has nothing to do with the fact that it's the golden arrow of Ethengar and and all that jazz. But anyway.
I'm just making a note of all of the details because they may not mean anything, but maybe they will.
They'll may be important later. Maybe.
Well, considering some of these are also 100 sessions old.
Alrighty. Tell me when I look at Anton, I see something terrifying.
No, looking at Anton just looks tired.
Even though I'm wearing the helmet.
Even though you're wearing the helmet, because she's got true sight.
Okay.
And apparently your patron doesn't exist in the Fade Arc. He's not there at the moment.
Okay, that is strange. So we are in the Fade Arc.
You have stepped into the Fade Arc, yes.
I will advise everyone to be very, very careful. Just as Bradshaw did.
I was advised to stay out of the Fade Arc. I can't remember why though.
Because
we were advised
if your
to stay out of
patron-
the Fade Arc, I think, for our Fade Dragon.
Well, you feared that your patron would claim you the moment you stepped in there.
That's what it was. Yeah.
But he doesn't seem to be
Oh,
here
that-
right now.
Okay. Oh, well, of course, at that time, okay, yeah, right, I can sort of see that. All right. That doesn't mean that I'm not vulnerable at the moment.
Everyone's vulnerable.
I'm more vulnerable being taken over is what I'm worried about.
As is everyone else.
Okay. Let's get this over with then.
Okay. So, as I'm assuming Calcrix will send the sensor forward, or will someone scout ahead?
She sent a sensor forward.
Okay. So Calcrix gets to make a perception roll.
Sorry, I have to sit up to actually see the thing properly. Okay, so 19. Perception comes under wisdom?
Usually, yes.
Yep, so 30. Nothing else gets added to that, does it? Oh, no, wait a minute. Perception. When Dark Fae might be, when I'm with my Dark Fae person, I get to add a d4.
Mm-hmm.
Get to add a d4. Which is the glittery side. And the bottom one, and that's 1. So that's 31.
Okay, as you're looking, you can see two people in the corridor up ahead having a conversation. And you hear one of them saying to the other one, "I felt like the rage in me in the last full moon. I will make masters know of this."
He said, "I felt like the rage."
I felt the rage in me in the last full moon.
Ah, okay.
I will make masters know of this.
Is that referencing to actually turning into a werewolf, or?
Well, the other one says, I am waiting for the day I will become Weathergar impatiently.
Where'd they go?
Well, hey, most of the less educated do butcher the words as they talk.
I will whisper this conversation to party members just in case it has a lot more meaning for them than I do.
Bradshaw hears werewolf instead of Weathergar.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
So
I get my hammer and shield ready.
Mm-hmm.
And do we want to stealth this one or do we want to rush him?
D6.
Bradshaw
Okay.
does have disadvantage on stealth.
Sorry?
I do. I have a. Yeah.
Bradshaw has disadvantage on stealth.
Yep.
Would it be better to rush them in that case?
You could, or you could send someone forward to confuse them.
Okay.
You do have a Black Knight with you after all.
I was going to say, considering this information about werewolves, how do you feel about putting a helmet on, Anton?
I've got it on.
Oh, you got it on?
Mm-hmm.
You still can't see it on him.
Okay. Well, did you want to lead the way and we continue up the pretense that we too would like to become members of this cult?
Okay. What line should I run? It's just saying we're friendly people when you sign up or we come to take over. Because we're meant to be bad guys.
We want to sign up.
We want to sign up, but we don't want to seem weak. So if
Yeah.
they decide to challenge us, well, that's their problem, right?
Yes, yes.
100%.
You mean you're not showing up going, well, I'm here with a dragon who's looking for some minions. We heard you might be a good fit.
Yeah. That's the kind of line I was
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah.
You know.
We heard you worship Fenrir. Take us to your leader, or else.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. And did you say I've got the ability to control what colour I appear? I will make myself appear black.
So black against black will make you very hard to see. Leap approves.
I will warn the others that I'm changing myself to look black, so please don't accidentally hit me.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I'll start treating you off again.
Okay, you have no problems walking up to them. Give me. Do you want to do it stealthily or with purpose?
I'm doing it with purpose. I'm not
Okay.
scared of them.
Then I'm going to give you an intimidation roll.
Oh,
No, okay, there we go. 2 plus 4 is 6.
Okay, so how are you doing your intimidation so poorly that they're absolutely not intimidated?
Okay. I can do things to make this better. What I should do? What are my options?
Skip. Jazz hands.
I can do jazz swings behind your jazz hand.
No. You do the worm.
Okay.
What's the worm?
Where you're just making your body go like that across the ground.
No, I think it might be the one you do with your hands.
Yeah.
You can do it with both body and or hands. So if you really want to fail at it, you can do it with your hands.
Oh, how about I walk up and I miss them. I walk past, not quite sure they're there, so I focused on the wrong thing.
Okay, you have that sort of intimidating look as you're walking down the passageway, distracting even the people behind you, as they're watching you and not the guards.
Almost walk right past them.
And they seem to be having this finger up and just watching you go past. And they just shrug and then turn and look. Who was the one following Anton? And they look at the dragon. They don't really say anything, let you pass as well.
Bradshaw comes through.
And then they look at Bradshaw, and Bradshaw can make an intimidation check if he wishes to.
Oh, that's a 23.
Okay, they let Bradshaw pass without even saying anything and turn and look at Zal.
Yeah, that's right. Decent. Yeah.
Oh, please, lucky dice. Just
I could roll for you if you like.
No.
no.
Your rolls have been very impressive tonight.
I
Neither
actually
mine,
rolled.
but, you know, like.
I actually rolled a 19, so that's all right.
Well, that's because we keep threatening to use my rolls instead of yours, so the dice
I
really want to
know,
go
and
forward.
my dice is like, no, I've got this. 24.
Okay, so they sort of see them, sort of look like they want to stop you, but they then have a quick glance at this glowing skull in your floating along attached to your side, and decide that they're finished guard duty for the day, and they'll let the other group know that it's time for them to go. You can literally hear them say that with the, yeah, I think it's the next shift's time, but we've got another hour. No, let's go let them go early.
No, we're good, we promise. Oh. And Josh walked in at the perfect time.
Can I do a slow perception check when we walk past them? I'm looking at their equipment, their weapons, to see if they look like the weapons that we're trying to look to remove and capture as such.
They each have great swords on them, so big two-handed swords that literally have to have a special scabbard on them to be drawn and used.
Does it look like they've got any sort of special with the sword? Are they just plain swords, or they got any sort of runes or anything like that on? You know,
They
I'm
do
trying
not
to
have.
find-
They do not have the look of special magic swords, except for big, heavy swords.
Okay.
The sort of sword that is longer than you are tall.
I know the sword you're talking about. Yeah. Just making sure, because if they had them, I might have to head back and end their night shift early.
So these are the sort of swords that you would expect a knight to be wearing while on horseback.
Yeah, that's very nice. Making sure that
It's not the sort of weapon you use in a passageway where you can't raise it fully.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
So it's these weapons are thrust only in these sort of conditions. They are not swinging weapons.
I know. I just want to make sure we didn't miss any weapons that we're supposed to collect.
Why they've got those weapons in such close quarters.
Hey, that doesn't mean that they're smart. Okay, so you pass a passageway where you can see what appears to be a guard room just off it, with people sitting by a fire who sort of glance up and then shrug and go back to what they're doing. Apparently, someone with glowing eyes, followed by what appears to be a massive dragon, was enough for them to go, not my problem, it's someone else's problem.
Not my problem today. Oh.
No sound of combat, no alarm, not my problem.
No sign of artifact type swords or armor on these.
Well, you wouldn't expect simple guards to have them.
Yep, no, that's okay. Just thought I'd check.
And as you continue on, you pass what appears to be a food store.
Okay.
Though it doesn't appear to be good food.
We've got better food.
Let's just say food you've let spoil for 3 days smells better than this.
Okay. Just the same way as they've got lousy alcohol, we've got lousy food.
They don't look like to be the smartest, pegs on a tree.
Okay.
I'm starting to feel really sorry for these guys.
I'm just feeling contempt for them. Why can't we get a doomsday cult that's better supplied?
Because if they're planning on the end of the world, they don't really need to supply themselves well, do they? It's not like they're waiting for the world to end and they'll survive it. They expect to go with the world.
They're even stupider than I thought.
Okay, you see a passageway off to the left that seems to be a lot thinner than the others you've passed, and it curves away out of sight with one of the worst death smells coming out of that passageway that you have encountered so far. And you can sort of hear moans of the dead, spirits of the underworld crying out in pain.
This seems like the way to go.
Do you mean down towards the spirits of the dead, or straight ahead?
Straight ahead, the passageway continues, but the wailing is coming from the passageway off to the right. Left.
They might be the victims.
It's spirit wailing?
Spirit wailing, yes.
Yeah, that seems to be the direction to go.
Kind of think it might be straight ahead, but I don't know.
Okay, so do you want to send your sensor down instead of going all the way down there?
I'll send
That's
my
a good
sense
idea.
down.
What does the sensor tell us?
Okay, so everyone can look in at the ball as you do that.
Yep.
And they see what appears to be a torture room with many of the dead still visible on the torture room with their spirits bound to the place.
Okay.
Sounds like somewhere where we need to release these poor spirits.
Yeah.
I pat our cleric on the shoulder. Looks like you've got your work cut out for you.
Do I feel the oppression of death? Not that I can see it, but can I feel it?
Oh, you can see some of it around you because the spirits themselves are becoming more and more visible as you travel.
Oh, is this because we're in the Fey Dark?
It is because you're in the
Or-
Fey Dark. And it's
Ew.
becoming nighttime in this section.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Why are we in the Fey Dark again?
No. We didn't have a choice in this one, okay? Also,
Val, what did you do?
I did nothing.
Val, what did you do?
I did nothing.
If you blame anyone, it's... Let's say Bradshaw. He's the worst guy.
Is it Bradshaw's fault? No.
Valkyries
It's
send us on this quest. I think are really the ones.
yeah. It was the followers of Sif. Was it Sif?
Freya.
Oh, Freya. Sorry, Freya. Close. Yeah, the followers of Freya who are like, please kill the evil Fenrir cult. And this is their den in the Fey Dark, which we had no choice but to step into when we stepped into the cave. So yay. Yeah, no, Zal is not liking the fact that one, the spirits are becoming clearer entities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna bode well, but we'll see, I guess.
I'm assuming that most of us can't see these spirits because we don't have true sight.
You're starting to see them as well.
Okay.
And
So
you're
if you were looking into the orb and we sent the orb ahead,
you can clearly see them through the orb.
you can clearly see
And
it.
Zal, you can actually start to see a shimmering coming off your drift globe.
Oh, as in I'm seeing the manifestation of my dad's spirit.
Yep.
Oh, great.
And the golden thread are attached to your mother's spirit. So you can tell that your mother's been following over your shoulder for the last 10, 12 years.
Well, that means so was my dad, because technically I
Yep.
got both of them pretty quickly.
You did. One's been dragged along by his head, and the other one's been pulled along by a thread.
Can we see this as well?
You can start to see the forms, yes.
Okay. We don't know the significance of that, but yeah.
Calcrix and Cheval would, but Bradshaw and Anton probably.
Yeah, no, the like Zal, Calcrix, Chevelle, and possibly Yodri would know the significance, but yes, the rest of the party members might be asking questions right now.
No, I've seen so many strange things. None can add to the list. Let's find who's behind the list.
What could possibly be worse?
A lot of things. Okay.
As you travel on, you come across an old wooden door that appears to be locked.
So we come to a dead end, like, apart from the door?
Apart from the door. The passageway ends in the door.
Alright, what does Calcrix see with her true sight?
It is actually locked. You can actually see the lock.
She sees a lot. And no traps or anything? Look around? No?
Does not appear to be any traps.
I don't know lock picking. Does anyone want to kick the door in?
Wait a minute, does anyone else have lockpicking?
You're not gonna like this answer, but I have knock.
I do too.
Knock's not a bad idea.
Anton
No,
has
but-
a version of knock as well.
Yeah, mine's a bit more damaging than that.
Yeah, I've got this warhammer that says knock knock too. So
No.
No, just a spell knock.
You've got someone who has the extra damage on objects because it's designed to break things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's either we make a lot of noise opening this door by using the spell knock and having bells ring out in the fjords, or in this case, a cave, or we have Knocky McKnockhammer, or whatever Anton's got.
Yeah, if I hit the door, I'm gonna make a lot of noise too. So
Right, he does have his pole hammer. A staff with a big hammer on the end of it.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's what Bradshaw's.
Which you recognise the very tip of the pole hammer is Iron Fang.
there's also the possibility that I hit it too hard, it does more damage than we want.
If you hit it, the door won't exist.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking about there's also you don't really want the cave to fall down on us or anything like that.
Unless the door is a supporting section, it won't bring the cave down on you.
Okay.
No, it's either we make a lot of noise and unlock the door without breaking it, or we break the door down. I think I'm liking break the door down more right now.
I don't know. I'd rather not make too much noise.
I don't think anyone in this party knows
what
lockpicking.
silence spell by ritual.
No, Yodru does, but
But it'll take
don't
you
have
10
Yodru.
minutes.
Pardon?
Take you 10 minutes.
Takes 10 minutes, does it? Okay.
Most rituals take 10 minutes.
Okay. Well, I was going to waste 10 minutes. Do I have silence without? I have silence without casting, without ritual casting. I can do it without ritual casting.
Then that would take an action.
Yeah, I know. An action. Two action. Well, it takes spell points.
Yeah. One action to cast it as silent, and then you could literally break the door down the next action with either Bradshaw or you.
Yep. That's another option. Is
Yeah,
one-
I think that might be a good option, considering that we're looking at spirits of the dead, and they might rush us if we make lots of noise and attract their attention.
Well, before I do it, is there anything last thing you want to say? Because once it's silence, there's no talking.
I'll just be ready with my sensor. I'll indicate that once the door's open, we should send the sensor through first.
Okay. All right. I'm really enjoying this chance to actually destroy something, so I'm going to really lean into it. And that door, bye-bye.
Yeah, so have you agreed with Bradshaw that you're hitting the door?
Oh, no, Bradshaw's really keen.
No, Bradshaw would like to watch this because he's interested to see the strength of each party member. Yeah.
Okay. I lean into it and I just go whack because I just want to feel it.
Give me an attack roll.
Attack roll. Take the door. It doesn't move. Okay, I roll a natural 14. I get to add a d4 for some expertise. So 16. That's a total of 26.
Okay, so you see what appears to be a rather awkward swing. And then if there had have actually have been sound, it would have been quite spectacular. As it is, you also feel the air sort of rush into that spot as the door explodes backwards, almost disintegrating with the blow.
And I feel.
I mean, we
feel
like
good.
we like
I
to
feel
make an
good.
entrance. Let's just
I
say
feel
that
good.
much.
And you start to hear sounds of clattering of bits of wood further down the passageway.
Okay, outside the range of the. Yeah, all right. Details.
Okay, so as you look through, you see what appears to be a bruised and bloodied and ragged slave lying on the ground amongst 3 wolves, who are also looking very bloodied with shards of wood sticking in them.
Oh, not again.
So this slave look like it's still alive or not?
The slave looks like he's barely alive,
Okay. Well, stalk forward.
and looks like he has lots of wolf bites on him.
Stalk forward, brandishing the hammer. I'll try and intimidate again.
Okay, give
Is
me
there
an
room for
intimidate
two?
roll.
Is there room for 2 people to stalk forward now? Or?
There is room for 2 people. You can intimidate as well as you like.
I want to stand over the slave body so the wolves don't get him anymore.
I get to a spectacular total of 15.
You feel very intimidating as you walk forward, and you do hear a strange chant coming from you as you do so.
Okay.
You're not even sure what language you're chanting.
Okay. All right.
I do 15 too. So,
How can I do chanting in silence though?
You don't know. It's coming through.
Okay. All right.
Were the 3 wolves dead or just wounded?
Wounded. They look a bit stunned from the explosion of the door.
Okay.
yeah, so I want to make sure I'm over the slave so he doesn't take any more damage from the wolves.
You're looking intimidating standing over the slave as you see the wolves start trying to pull themselves up. But they are fairly skewered by splinters almost arm length long in them.
Okay, I give them a warning back, give them to move back, and if they don't, they get a swing to the head.
Okay, you speak and nothing comes out.
Huh?
Silence. How long does silence last for?
Well, I can end it if somebody signals to me to end it.
I'm looking at Anton going, and try to mouth something. So,
And as you look at him, you see the red glowing eyes from the helmet and get to make a wisdom saving throw.
oh, that's not good. That's a whole 4.
Okay, you find yourself frozen in place as you are the most terrified you've ever been in your life. If you move, you think that monster will kill you.
Yes. Okay. Well, there goes my any actions of the time being. So, okay.
As you hear a voice go, sort of dragging through your brain that doesn't seem to be coming from the helmet. It seems to be going directly into your brain, referring to you as minion.
So Anton might in fact actually be the Black Knight.
No, when I've got the helmet on, the Black Knight cannot go through me.
Well, the reason why we may not be able to see the Black Knight is because you are the Black Knight.
While I've got free will, I deny being the Black Knight.
Okay, and it seems that the wolves are too terrified of you to come closer.
Okay. Stalk up toward them then?
They try to whimper backwards but can't move fast.
Okay. Where to from here?
You can see that the passageway continues past them and goes around the corner, though the guy behind you seems to be fading quickly.
Okay, I don't have any healing. I'm hoping someone else does something good. Someone else can do that.
Apparently they can't hear you.
Alright, okay. Reach out. Sorry?
I was gonna say if I do see the slave is not doing well, I was gonna maybe just do a medicine check and see if I can save him before I cast magic.
Well, you'd struggle to cast magic because the place has been silenced, which renders most spellcasting useless.
That is true.
If I can tell that the
Medicine
silence
check.
is useless, I'll indicate to Anton to end the silence.
Okay, so give me a medicine check first.
Not do that.
Emily, you still there?
Yeah.
What was your medicine check, Em?
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize that you wanted me to actually.
I said you needed to give me a medicine check first.
I did not hear that.
That would explain the awkward silence.
Yes, that would explain the awkward silence. What's that? 15 plus, where's medicine? That one. 21.
Okay, checking the person, you can see that, yes, you can potentially stabilize them, but they do look pretty damaged by wolf bites and splinters. And you know magic won't work until the spell is dropped.
Well, if I see the signal to cut the silence, I cut the silence.
Okay. So silence seems to be ended with choir going off, giving off Zal's full name, echoing around the cabin.
Wait, why is my dad calling out my name?
And then you hear what appears to be a loud ripping sound as a light flashes into the passageway. Blinding light in the darkness so far, as it has been fairly dark in here.
Mm-hmm.
And out of that steps what appears to be a avenging angel with dressed in black with red flame coursing up and down the wings and weapons.
Cheval, we haven't seen you, eh? We missed you.
As we introduce Josh.
As said angel steps into the realm, Black Dragon hugs Angel.
Hello, I have appeared.
You should say that in a slightly choked voice as the dragon hugs you. A bit too tall.
Hello,
Hello, I'm the pal.
And then the next thing you know, while you're being strangled, is the spiritual bodies of Zal's parents hanging off Zal's items.
No, because we're in the Fey Dark. The bodies of spirits are becoming clearer, so there's lots of dead bodies here, including my parents.
Yay.
And apparently Zal's mum is cursing you in multiple languages. You just can't hear them at this stage.
Can I hear them? And I probably understand most of those languages.
Only if you touch the arrow.
Oh, only if I touch the arrow.
You cannot hear her unless you touch the arrow.
You don't want to touch that arrow.
No, because if I touch that arrow, she'll probably compel me to just outright kill Chevelle right now.
Exactly.
Because she has a almost corporeal body right now.
And you and I agreed about 2 sessions ago that we're going to use the coming 12 months to figure out how to get around that.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, well, at least try and make her less angry. Yeah, we hope. We can only hope.
Okay, so yes, you do see a person who has been stabilized below you, but still fairly badly damaged.
Can I use a healing magic on them
You
as
can
well?
use healing magic on them.
What healing magic should I use?
Remember what these things are called.
No, you've got the bad touch right now, so go away.
Well, Josh is here. You won't roll high again.
Rude.
Hey, she's rolled the best she has in many games while you've been away.
I've had a rough day, honestly.
Well, you might be just in time to kill a bunch of people, so your timing could be perfect.
Are these ones we allowed to kill? Because
Yes.
last time I got in trouble.
No,
No,
these ones...
These ones were allowed to kill.
Yay!
As they're doing that, Chevelle can see a bunch of people running up behind her with weapons drawn, yelling, for Fenrir.
For Fenrir.
Yeah, so that basically they're people that we were trying to join, but apparently they see us as hostile now. So
Well, there is this flaming angel amongst you, and someone's just been yelling out in Celestial.
that's right, because if we brought you along, you were basically a magnet of doom.
Hi, I'm a magnet of doom.
Which is why we left you and Brazzle behind?
Well, who brought me?
I don't know. That is a very good question.
Drazzle's
One
probably
we
sent you.
one we can answer later. For now, let's not get attacked by these guys. Also, can I cast healing before that? Can I cast healing? A level 3 healing word on that slave.
You can cast it on him.
Oh, sorry. Filling for Josh. We all had one weapon of choice blessed by Freya
Oh, that's
that
right.
will be able to destroy the weapons made out of Fenrir's fang.
But will only last for 1 minute.
Yeah, it'll only last for 1 minute. So our task is to destroy these artifacts of Fenrir's fang, which is armor or swords or axes that incorporate a bit of Fenrir's tooth and leather. And I can't remember how we identify it,
They can't be damaged by any other means.
but they can't be damaged any other way. So if you strike something and you can't damage it, you need to, I presume, with Martin, agree on a weapon that you've had blessed by Freya and use that weapon to destroy it.
So does Chauvel wish to turn her angst against the coming people yelling at her?
But these are the people we're meant to help.
The people who are with Fenrir are not the people you're helping.
No, there's a slave that is being healed by Zal.
Oh,
We
yeah.
are aware there might be innocent slaves amongst them. They
Uh-huh.
will probably be the people that aren't trying to attack you. They will probably look like the poor person on the ground below with wolf bites all over them and look like they're about to die.
Then yes, I ready my sword and hopefully protect the party from the incoming wave.
Okay. You can literally fill the corridor with your swords, wings, and pure anger if you wish to.
Yeah, I'll be intimidating, and hopefully that'll
Well, in
Hopefully
this
that'll-
place, you get advantage with your intimidation.
Yay!
For Martin, level 3 healing word. So, yes.
Okay, so you managed to save the slave in time, and while they give me whether it's male or female, I just call it an it.
I did 10 points of healing. I'm not sure if that matters too much. but-
Yes, as you watch the wounds all scar over, even around these shards of wood in him. I'll say it to him. He says, "Save my friend, save him before he's fed to the monster."
I
And
would
he's
have
pointing-
taken the bits of wood and stuff out. That was kind of the point of the medicine roll before. So.
You used the medicine to stabilize, you didn't have a lot of time.
Oh, right, okay. Alright, well, that's fine. we
That can be
do
fixed
it
later. It's more you've basically stopped him from dying and giving him a chance to get words out.
So there's at least one innocent there.
Mm.
What does your friend look like and what is their name?
Follow the screams, he says, as you can hear screams down the corridor.
Okay, great. Alright.
Going the other way that you haven't been yet.
Uh-huh.
The way that Carpenter's trying to go?
Yeah.
Is that the way from the people that are coming to attack us right now?
No, that's the opposite way. The guardsmen have decided that you're obviously not meant to be here as you're pulled in an angel.
Okay, these
Oh.
are the guys who walk past, are they? Okay.
Oh, these are the guys we walked past. Right, okay. Can I cast, unless we're in initiative, I'm wondering if I can cast, like Wind Wall or Wall of Stone.
Well, you spent time casting already, and you did have Chauvel start to go that way.
I say let Chauvel handle the oncoming guards.
Okay.
As I will call out a initiative and see how people go.
Initiative.
Oh, You want me to do an intimidation roll before initiative or after?
I will let you do that as part of initiative.
Oh, okay. So
It's initiative and it's perception, isn't it?
Usually perception, but we're giving Chevelle it as part of intimidation.
His intimidation given us one.
all right, that dice is not being used again.
22 for Zol.
We're using deception, are we?
Most of you are using deception. One of you is using intimidation.
Proficiency is it +4 or +5 for proficiency at the moment, Martin?
+4.
+4.
Oh, that's even better. That's 24 for Chevelle.
I'm trying to roll really well. What do I get? 2 ones. Okay, well, I'm not going first.
So what's Anton's total?
With those, I get to 13.
But 13 for 1. What did Calcrix get?
32.
32. And what did Bradshaw get?
29 upgraded.
Okay, I'm last.
Okay, so what would Bradshaw like to do as a action before combat begins?
I'd like to be frightened of a certain person in my party.
Well, you're currently afraid of the big bad knight, and a angel of death has just appeared in the corridor behind you.
Peekaboo.
Would you want to rush forward and sort of try to get the big scary monster to be further behind you?
Big scary monster that's being the knight or the angel?
The knight. Currently afraid of the knight, but the angel's not much to be happy about either.
Oh, I probably want to. If I've seen people come up the corridor that's shown, we love for Fenrir and all that, I would be going towards them too.
So you want to walk past the flaming angel of death?
Well,
Peekaboo.
if I don't know it's Cheval, then I probably wouldn't. Then no.
You would know, you'd recognise Chevelle.
And you've also heard the slave say, "Save my friend, follow the screams."
Yeah, I'll go past the big angel and go towards try to save this person if I can. But
Okay, if you go past the angel, you're ignoring the person pleading for help and going for the guards.
okay.
If you run the other way away from the party at this stage, you'd be heading towards the screams.
I'm going to do the humane thing and go towards the screams. So.
Okay. You start moving off ahead of everyone. Then Calcrix gets to start the round.
She's going
You see
to-
Bradshaw is heading to save the person.
I'm going to leave Miss and Mr. Destructive and the knight to deal with guards and go down the side passage. Because the slave indicated that their friend was being fed to the monster imminently.
Mm-hmm.
So I will make a dash for the slave as well. The besieged wailing person.
Okay.
So I'll follow Bradshaw basically.
Okay, so you can literally pick Bradshaw up on the way if you wish to.
I'll pick Bradshaw up on the way first.
And Bradshaw sort of feels like he's flying.
It's like I've been like this before.
It's like you've got your broom back again.
It is.
Okay, so you start going round lots of passageways.
Yep.
And choosing between left and right, you follow the screams and turn left as we move on to the others. Bradshaw, you're still being carried by the dragon, but you could pretty much rush on ahead if you wish to at this stage.
How far? If the screams get loud, I'll dash as close as I get to the screams as possible. So.
Okay, just that the dragon can move so much faster than you.
Do I delay my action till after the dragon, maybe?
You can delay your action till after the dragon goes again. Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so we're up to Chauvel. There are 6 people with great swords coming towards you. What does Chauvel do?
Cheval, if
So
you
there's-
want me to block and block the passageway with a spell, then you can go after the screams.
Where was this? Where was the scream heard?
You haven't heard the scream.
Oh,
I haven't heard the scream. Okay.
And you can see these oppressive men waving weapons around, trying to put you down.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, Chauvel now serves Lady Sif. The men are going to cop it big time.
And these men are definitely marked as abusers.
Yeah. All right. Well then,
Yes.
Chauvel will ready her sword.
You can literally reach and hit them without any trouble.
Okay. Well, okay. As a... How many are there?
6.
6.
Sorry.
Well, I'm going to valve immunity one of them.
And what will that do?
So I gain advantage on attack rolls for a minute until they become unconscious.
You don't think they're that powerful.
Okay, well then I'll just swing a sword then.
Okay. You almost seem to float along the ground, reaching them almost with just the speed of thought.
No, fun.
Well, you're not in the real world anymore.
No. Forgot how messed up this place is. Where is my sword? There it is. So just remind me, Martin, because I updated my stats. Master for something is plus what?
Master for something is still +4 plus your +8 plus your attribute modifier plus
Plus
any
8 plus-
bonuses of the weapon.
Okay, so it's a +1. Yeah, so it's, yeah, cool. Excellent. Just making sure I had the right number.
Mm-hmm.
28 to hit.
On a 28, the first person you hit with the weapon seems to pretty much die with the blow. It didn't take you much to kill them. Like you suspected, they were worthy of your time, just not much of your time.
Oh, okay. That was one of them?
You do still feel a lot of satisfaction in the quick death.
And that was only one of them, yeah?
That was
Or
only one of them.
Okay, well then I'll go back and have a swing at another. Uh, 21 on that one.
Okay, it also appears to die with the single blow. They're definitely not as strong as they think they are.
Hmm. And then that's my 2 attacks that I can do.
You do have a bonus action with your wings.
Oh, I haven't put that down. I better. Sure, I will bonus action with my wings then.
Okay. Give me an attack roll for that.
Modifier on that one would be just...
Just roll and I will do the modifier for you.
Okay. 14 on the dice.
Okay, so you managed to crit with your wings.
Oh, lovely.
And everyone watches as it looks as if Chauvel just glides through the rest of them.
Okay.
Until you notice that all of them seem to fall over.
You needed no help with this.
And there are now 4 heads rolling down the passageway.
Okay.
I really think we need powerful opponents.
Okay, so that brings us to Zal. You have stabilized this person. And you have cleared out the threat behind you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, there's nothing behind us now because I was gonna try and help remove the threat, but the the other threat has taken them out. So
And you can see that your father's skull has lit everything up in bright golden light.
golden light.
Hmm.
Okay.
Almost as if his spirit is shining through the globe.
Oh, okay. Interesting. This didn't happen when we were in the Feather before, did it?
No, but you didn't really find yourself in a lot of threat and using fighting the dead.
Yep.
You were actually in a vampire area. This doesn't feel the same as the vampire area.
No, and technically the vampire was family, so you know there's that as well. Okay. I can I ask as a bonus action if this person will be okay where they are?
They will try to escape when they recover.
Okay. I will acknowledge that, and I will move on to try and help their friend.
Okay, you start running down the passageway. How far can Zal move?
30 feet.
Okay. So technically, if you spend your action moving, you can move 60.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're moving along, you can see that the dragon has left you behind. As somewhere in the distance, you can see the dragon's tail going around a corner.
Okay.
Anton, it would have been the guard's turn to go before you, but apparently they died.
Yeah, okay. Well, I just take off after everyone else. After Calcrix and Bradshaw and Zal.
And then magically they died.
Okay.
You let Chevelle know where you're going.
I'm pretty sure Chevelle can see us.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be stealthy.
Okay, so as you start to run, you seem to overtake Zal with only a step or two.
I've only got a 30-foot speed.
Apparently, each step is about 30 feet.
Alright, okay. I don't know what's going on here, but I do head off trying to catch up to Calcrix.
And you find yourself overtaking Calcrix rather quickly.
Okay, I have no idea what's going on here. Keep going.
And you find yourself in a room with, as I describe it, what does it say? Room 11. You see what appears to be a huge humanoid wolf grabbing with a slave. Looking like they're about to feed it to a giant wolf.
Okay, do I have an action?
You still have an action. You just did your move.
I just did my move. And so so there's a giant wolf.
A giant wolf, a slave, and what appears to be a werewolf about to throw the slave into the jaws of the wolf.
Okay. So the werewolf has got hold of the slave, correct?
Yep.
Okay then. Hold monster on the werewolf.
Okay.
DC 20 for saving.
Okay.
Wisdom save.
As you reach out with your hold monster, you hear a cracking sound.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
You believe you have just crushed whatever was in that skull.
I do not understand.
And the person just seems to collapse.
Whose
Alright.
skull
The
did he
wolf.
crush?
The werewolf.
Alright. Do I have
Just-
anything left I can do, or is it my turn?
Well,
Did-
you still have a bonus action if you have any bonus action stuff you'd like to do.
Well, if I thought of it, I do have some bonus actions, but it's too late for that one now.
Well, the slave is still alive.
And
I've
this
only got a
is
couple of bonus actions, Alien Curse and a couple of things like that, none of which would be of any use to the slave.
Okay.
I don't want to curse the slave.
Just as an FYI to the player, Fade makes your magic a bit funky.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
So your character won't, but
The other
as a
characters
player,
have experienced it before.
Okay, alright,
So the darker you are, the more horrific your spells come out.
Okay, alright. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you for the tip. Because there's a couple of nastier spells I had in mind that I didn't use.
you as a character won't know that though, but as a player, we've been in the Fade Up before, and it's been pretty interesting.
And that was a rather intimidating character and would have been a struggle for most of the others to fight.
Right, okay.
But they did fail
there.
their.
Some good for once.
They did fail the saving throw rather spectacularly. So that brings us to Calcrix. You enter the chamber. You see the slave on the ground near this giant wolf that almost looks like a miniature Fenrir.
Yep. What's the giant wolf doing?
Currently trying to reach a slave on the ground while being chained.
Remember to put me down, please.
Is this the cannonball option that you asked for earlier?
If Caltrix thinks there's a time for a cannonball, Bradshaw would go along with it, okay?
Sorry, I was just looking to see if I could use shield to protect the slave.
You could move between the slave and the wolf.
But yeah, I will protect the slave. So I'll move to protect the slave. If I have another action and Bradshaw really wants to be thrown at the wolf, which I would not recommend.
That's up to you. It's up to you. Because we did talk about the cannonball option last time, but if you have to drop me just down, I'm happy with that.
I'll just let you down to be of your own free will. To move between the slave.
Doesn't take an action. You've still got movement.
Okay,
so you still have your action free.
Yeah. Just a sec. I'm thinking that I might cast slow on the wolf.
Yep.
So
that would be what they would have looked like.
Range is
Oh, wow,
150
okay, yeah.
6 inches, 40 foot cube. Alter the flow of time range of targets, they become slow. Successful saving throw, they're able to hit in turn. And if the slow target casts a spell, they use this action. Yeah, I can give you the thing.
That's okay. I'll just go with. So we get to see it through?
Yeah, it's a saving throw.
It failed.
Okay. So, slow it down. Hoping that it doesn't actually eat me.
Well, it is as big as you are.
And giving him time for the
Which brings us to
deadly angel and the deadly necromancer and the deadly knight to catch up.
which brings us to Bradshaw.
Sorry. Yeah, and the
Okay, Bradshaw's shit on the floor, thanks to my best friend of the dragon.
Placed you right next to the beach, so you're within striking distance without having to move. Not that moving was going to cause a problem for you, just that you know you're within striking distance.
Just bear with me, I'm just getting all my dice ready because it's going to get smashed with the action set as well. Alright, so I'm going to start hitting the beast with absolute disdain. So,
Okay.
hang on one second, I'm just trying to find my last D8. Yeah, good. Okay. Okay, first strike is a 24.
24 is definitely a hit.
Second strike is a natural 20. That'll be 35 upgraded.
Okay, that will definitely be a critical.
And the last one, it was a 20 total.
And that's also a hit. So 2 hits and a critical. Might want to roll them before your action surge.
Yep. 15 points for the normal hit, first hit.
Yep.
21 for the third run, the normal hit.
Yep.
And the critical. Really bad rolls in the D8s. 34 for the last hit.
Was that doubled?
Yes, doubled, yeah. I got 1 and 2 on one of the dice.
Okay, so with your 3 strikes, you managed to cave the beast's skull in.
Hey, with a heavy breather going, don't mess with slave friends, I say out loud. Yeah. And then I just make sure I look at the slave person, are you okay? And just in a quick action.
They look very stunned that there's a big dragon here, a Knight of Nightmares, and an amazing dwarf that just took down a horrific beast.
Good. Okay, I'll wait for everyone else.
Okay, so you have saved the slave, and as it is now 10:30, you can all gather in that chamber for next session to find out what happens next.
I was gonna say, is there any sign of
Way.
supposed cult members and their weapons?
You believe that they're in the chamber not far from here,
Okay.
as it looks like a head of a wolf carved into the passageway leading further in, with the runes of Fenrir right in the center of the carved wolf's head. And the writing, only the blood of a true wolf can open the door.
Well, we might be in trouble there.
Well, I
Blood on the
mean,
floor?
I'd say Bradshaw could quite easily open the door with his hammer.
I was about to say, but there's one lag dead on the floor currently, but
I was gonna
anyway.
say, I guess it doesn't matter if the wolf is alive or dead. It just has to be its blood.
It does say blood. And do you want to add anything before we go to credits at this point?
It's called,
No,
it's,
I
it's
I
called
think
the Day of the
we're
Dwarf. We shall name this day the Day of the Dwarf.
good. Dave Bradshaw.
No, Day of Dwarf, yeah.
Dave Dwarf.
Not a bad thing
DOD.
to do. Okay, so I'll go to end credits and then chat to you afterwards.
Okay.